from Salem Speedway, everybody. It's the Bandit Big Rig Series. We are back. PT, my tag team partner, Lil D, Danielle. Danielle, we're back. We're back racing.
Oh my gosh, I never thought this day was come. I'm so excited. I can't wait for this. We have a great day of racing coming.
Oh my gosh, beautiful night of racing. We're here at Salem Speedway, the high banks. It's going to be an exciting night. And these drivers, not only are they excited, but they're a little bit jittery, don't you think?
Oh my gosh, they're dusting the dust off those tires literally as they've been going. The practices have been a little crazy. We got some new drivers, first-time drivers, returning drivers. We got a family feud. What more could you ask for tonight? We got it all.
The grudge match with the Kruckerbergs. We've got the local guy, Brian Baer. We've got Art Gruska, the Polish guy, out here for the first time. It's going to be awesome. We are excited. I know you're excited. We're going to send it back to Jeff and Adam. But tell you what, I wonder if the fans here at Salem are excited. They're excited as well. It's going to be awesome. Oh, my gosh, Lil D, we're going to get you in the pits. Let's send it up to Jeff and Adam up there. Take it away, boys.
All right, thank you very much, PT. We are ready for the first 2020 race for the Bandit Big Rig Series, and it promises to be an unforgettable start to the Bandit Big Rig Series season. And with the field of drivers that we have in this field, there's no telling what's going to happen, but one thing is for certain, it's going to be unforgettable.
That's right. We talked about in the pre-race how many different drivers that we had. Last year in 10 races, 9 different drivers. This is one of the races Mike Morgan kind of felt like he got robbed last year. And so he's the type driver that likes to run on the outside. And as the bird's eye bullet, Brian Baer, who's a local talent here, kind of schooled everybody on how to get around this track. And I think everybody was watching. It's up against the wall. So this is one of those tracks you want to get right up against the wall. You know, however much nerve you got to get up there, and that's the fastest way around the track. We're going to start off with some heat races, and there will be 3 heat races run. They're starting to roll right now, Adam. Who do we have in this first heat?
All right, let's take a look at who we have in this first heat race. First off, we've got the 4 of Scott Treadway, and right alongside him, in the number 69, making his debut in the Bandit Series, all the way from Poland, we have Art Gruska.
Now, he actually drove down from Chicago today. He lives in Chicago, but he's originally from Poland.
Yes, and we look forward to seeing what he's going to do in his debut in the Bandit Big Rig Series. Behind them, the 27 of Darren Profit, 41 of Marshall Davis, then the 13 of Bob Mitchell, and it looks like alongside him we have the 46 of Mr. Luke Whitmire. And then rounding out the field behind them, the 66 of Austin Hoppy. That is your starting lineup for the first heat race of the day. And I gotta tell you, with the layoff that we've had almost a year, and now we're about to see the first race in the Bandit Big Rig Series right here, led off by Scott Treadway and Art Gruska. Let's see what happens as we take the green flag off turn 4, and green flag waves. We are racing at Salem Speedway, and off the start, it's Scott Treadway, and it looks like we're going to go 3 wide into turn number 1. Wow, what a move by Austin Hoppy as Scott Treadway blows into the lead. Nice job there. Austin Hoppy has now moved up into 4th after starting at the rear.
Yeah, Austin Hoppy was actually...
Whoa, and we got loose! And Art is loose. Whoa! Close call there for Brian Cash, but Art Gruska spins it around, and that's going to bring out the first caution.
First time on this track, first time in this truck, a lot of firsts. A lot of experience, but most of his experience has been in like rally cars and gravel, dirt roads, so he's used to getting things sideways. He certainly did it there.
All right, we're going to get a look at the replay to see what happened to Art. You can see a lot of the diesel smoke coming out right there. That shows just how hard these trucks are driving. And it looked like Art just got a little loose heading into the turn there and just couldn't hold on to it. He did a good job. Oh, he tapped the wall just a little bit.
Just a kiss.
Yeah, and Brian Cash did a good job of avoiding him right there. So nice driving by Brian Cash. See right there, he just gets loose there on the high side, kisses the wall a little bit. All right, and from the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be a complete restart right here.
Yeah, they didn't. They're going back to the last completed lap, which is they didn't complete one, so it's a complete restart since all the action happened before we come to the start-finish line.
All right, so we're going to try this again. Again, this is 10 laps, and we'll see how Art can do against Scott Treadway this time. And the 1 to go signal is being given. We're going to try this again.
Well, we invert the field on the heat races, so Austin Hoppy was actually the fastest qualifier out of this group. That was the reason he made such a good move coming up through the front, but it didn't count. So we've got to get a lap completed for those moves to count.
So Austin Hoppy is going to get another chance to come up through the field again. So that should be exciting to watch. And we'll see what happens on this restart as they come off turn 4 to take the green. And green flag waves, we're racing again with the Bandit Big Rig Series at Salem. Heat race number 1. And here goes Austin Hoppy going 3 wide into turn number 1. What a move by Austin Hoppy, still going 3 wide.
Austin just dove it down to that inside. I really don't think that's a lane down there, but he took it anyway.
Yes, he did, and we got some great side-by-side racing. Meanwhile, Scott Treadway is blowing them all away. Finally, we complete the first lap.
Austin's already passed 3 trucks now. He's making his move up through the field. But Scott Treadway's pulling away.
They don't call him lightning for nothing. Meanwhile, onto the back straightaway, we got a lot of great drivers trying to make some moves right now. Here comes Scott Treadway to the start-finish line. 8 laps to go here. We'll see if he can still hang on to it. But meanwhile, Austin Hoppy in that 66 is making some moves as we go into the back straightaway. Austin Hoppy trying to make a move right here. Here he goes to the inside. Austin Hoppy trying to make a move. Can't quite make it yet. Austin Hoppy, it sounded like a tire went down somewhere.
Either that or it hit the wall. We heard a pop as the trucks went by the front stretch that time.
But meanwhile, Austin Hoppy trying to make a move on the 41 of Marshall Davis. He's right there behind him. We'll see if he can make this pass in the next couple of laps here. With the way he's driving, he is doing everything he can to get around him.
Scott Treadway's been comfortably in front during this whole race.
Yes, Scott Treadway doing a tremendous job, but behind him, the 27 of Darren Profit trying to gain some ground.
Yeah, Darren's been pulling up on him. Scott pulled out to the lead, and Darren's been walking him down a little bit. But catching him and passing him is 2 different things.
Oh, and here comes Austin Hoppy. He's looking on the inside of Marshall Davis, but he hasn't gotten there just yet. But Marshall knows he is there, and look at all the diesel smoke coming out.
And you could see him accelerate. Whenever he jumped in the throttle, you could see the smoke. That's when they're in the throttle. You see it right there. He's probably dumping a little more fuel in that truck than the other trucks, but you can certainly see when he gets on the throttle. That's what I think's neat about these Bandit trucks. You can tell when they get in the throttle.
Yeah. Austin Hoppy kind of flat-tracked it there coming off turn number 4. That shows just how hard he's driving, trying to get around Marshall Davis. But meanwhile, Scott Treadway continues to lead with 3 laps to go. And now Austin Hoppy, here he goes to the inside again. He's looking on the inside, but still he can't get a run on the inside.
It's choking his truck down when he dives down to that inside. I think the fast way around this track is the outside. He's diving it down.
Here he goes again. Oh, can he get it? No.
He's pinching that truck down whenever it's, and he's certainly the fast way around's up in that next move. Maybe he needs to try to pass him on the outside.
He might have to try just that. But for right now, Austin Hoppy is trying to make a pass on the inside, but so far that's not working out. When we come to the start-finish line this time, it'll be 1 lap to go. White flag for Scott Treadway. And now here comes Marshall Davis and Austin Hoppy. Austin's going to have one more shot at Marshall Davis to make the pass on him. But right now it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Meanwhile, off turn number 4, your winner of the first heat race of 2020, it's going to be Lightning Scott Treadway, number 4. Second place is going to go to the 27 of Darren Profit. And coming across in third place, it's going to be Marshall Davis, followed by Austin Hoppy. And rounding out the field, here comes the 13 of Bob Mitchell, 46 Brian Cash, and it's going to be the 69 of Art Grushka rounding out the field.
Yeah, Art Grushka was crossing the finish line there with the leaders, but he was a lap down, and so he brings up the rear of the field. First time in a truck, first time on this track. He did a good job after he spun it out on that first lap, and I think we'll see a little more out of him maybe in the challenge race in the feature.
But meanwhile, the story right here, Scott Treadway in that Alice's Revenge number 4, he brings it home and takes the victory in the first heat race of the year. Congratulations to Scott Treadway.
A little bit better than we saw in the first race last year whenever he was rolling down the banks in Mobile.
Yes, indeed. Who could forget that unforgettable night? He started off 2019 flipping his number 4. Thankfully, he was A-OK. And this time he starts off the season with a win in the first heat race of 2020. Congratulations to Scott Treadway.
All right, second heat race is lined up. They're starting to roll out on the track. Who do we have in this heat race, Adam?
All right, let's take a look at who we've got in heat race number 2. We've got the 88 of Mike Morgan leading them off. And also in this field, number 3, Alan Bowles, the 51 of Luke Whitmire. And it looks like we've got Brian Bayer in the brand new number 45 truck in this. There's a look at our first 2. Mike Morgan, 88, 3 of Alan Bowles, 7 of John Lisenby, 51 Luke Whitmire, 16 of Randy Briggs, and in the number 45, the hometown boy, Brian Bayer, the Bird's Eye Bullet.
And you see that Brian Bayer's on the rear of the field, so you know what that means?
He's going to have a chance to work his way through the field. And judging by the way he ran last year and how he's been doing in practice and qualifying earlier today, I wouldn't be surprised if Brian Bayer goes all the way to the front.
And he's the number 1 qualifier. That's the reason he's at the rear of the field in this race.
Actually, I believe the fastest qualifier was Randy Briggs, number 16.
That's right there beside him. That's right.
But Randy Briggs and Brian Bayer were the 2 fastest in practice and qualifying, so they have been the ones to watch as far as like who the top 2 are concerned. So we'll see how Brian Bayer and Randy Briggs do at the rear of the field. See if they can get by John Lisenby, Luke Whitmire, Alan Bowles, and Mike Morgan.
And this set of 6 cars was a little faster than the others. This is your fastest 6 qualifiers.
Yes, it is. And we're going to have one more heat race after this, and it's going to be exciting, as well as this one. But meanwhile, green flag is in the air. Here we go. Off the start, it's the 3 of Alan Bowles. He's got the lead heading into turn number 1. But now who gets the advantage in second place? We got a great battle between John Lisenby and Mike Morgan. And it looks like John Lisenby is going to take second place. Mike Morgan drops back to third. And here comes the 16 of Randy Briggs. He's looking on the outside, but he stays in fourth. Here we go to the start-finish line. Alan Bowles leads the first lap of Heat 2. But his teammate, John Lisenby, is right there behind him, and he's looking on the inside for the lead. Here we go into turns 3 and 4. John Lisenby, he's going to go to the bottom right here, looking to make a pass. Can't do it yet. Alan Bowles continues to lead. Meanwhile, here comes Mike Morgan on the outside for second place. Mike Morgan got a good run on the outside, but John Lisenby not backing down. Here we go, side by side for second and third, as Alan Bowles starts to pull away.
Yeah, John's down there on the inside trying to pass Alan. I think it opened up the door for the outside there. That's the reason Mike was able to pass him on the outside.
Yes, John Lisenby drops back to third, and now Randy Briggs looking to make a pass on the outside with Luke Whitmire right behind him. Whoa, hold on there. Almost had some contact.
I believe there was a little touching.
Oh, here comes Luke Whitmire looking on the outside of Randy Briggs. Not able to make the pass. And now into turn 1. Luke Whitmire, here he goes to the inside of Randy Briggs for third. Luke Whitmire got a good run, side by side.
That back end stepped out on him. I don't think we've seen a lot of passing on the inside. It's just pinching your truck down.
Yeah, that's the way it certainly seems, as we are now reaching the halfway mark of Heat Race 2.
Mike Morgan is all over Alan Bowles for that first place position.
Mike Morgan trying all he can, but also behind him is Randy Briggs doing everything he can to get around Mike Morgan. Oh, and here comes Luke Whitmire to the outside again, almost to the wall. He's going for it. Here he comes. Wow, what a move by Luke Whitmire.
That was on the fastest qualifier now. Luke Whitmire just passed the fastest qualifier on the outside.
Oh man, this is shaping up to be an exciting finish in Heat 2. Luke Whitmire was looking on the inside, and now Mike Morgan looks on the inside of Alan Bowles. Here comes Luke Whitmire on the outside again. Wow! Luke Whitmire, they don't call him Yard Troll for nothing. And now onto the back straightaway again. Alan Bowles has been doing a tremendous job at keeping everybody behind him, but Mike Morgan is itching to make a pass. Here he goes, right on his back bumper. Here goes Luke Whitmire. Oh, no! Oh, my goodness. Contact between Luke Whitmire and Mike Morgan. No caution yet. Wow! Oh, my goodness. That was intense right there.
They kept everything going straight.
And Luke Whitmire, he was doing everything he could to get around him, and he was making moves on the outside. Mike Morgan just refused to let him by. Let's take a look at that replay again.
He sees the opening. He's trying to squeeze up there on the outside. Don't know if Mike knew he was up there. Whenever they made contact, that actually turned Mike into the wall. Might have knocked Luke's fender off there. But miraculously, after they did all that, they kept everything straight. Here comes Mike Morgan. You think he's going to spin out right here, and we straightened everything back up.
And listen to the fans. They are loving it here at Salem Speedway.
Yeah, that air horn was, "Did you like what you see?" And the fans said yes.
Man, oh man. And I tell you what, I hope that Mike Morgan is able to continue for the rest of the night, because I talked to him earlier, and he talked about last year how he came so close to winning the main, but came up just a little bit short, and he was looking for ultimate redemption tonight to redeem him coming up short with a win. And this was not how he pictured starting off the 2020 season.
Yeah, they've got him in the pits. They're checking that truck over, seeing if he's ready to come back out. They may have to make some adjustments on it, adjustments with a big hammer.
All right, and it is my understanding that Danielle is down with Heat Race winner number 1, so we're going to send it on down to Danielle right now. Take it away, Danielle.
Thank you so much. I am here with our first winner of the 2020 season, Scott Treadway. How does it feel to come out and take home number 1 already?
Oh, it feels good to be back on the track, take number 1. I love this track. It's doing real good tonight.
You are. I heard this is a fast track but rough. Do you agree with that, or is that how you like to ride?
Yeah, it's a fast track. It seemed a little rough, but it's a fast track.
And then I saw them working on your truck over here. Were you just getting new tires, or what happened there?
Yeah, just getting a new tire put on for the next race.
He's ready to go. Are you ready? Anyone you're looking out for specifically tonight?
No, I'm just looking to go to the front and win it.
Going to the front and win it. You heard it here first. We wish you the best. Way to start us out with the win. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you very much, Danielle. There you have it from Scott Treadway, winner of Heat Race number 1. Lightning looking to go all the way in the first race of 2020. Meanwhile, we're making sure that the track is clean and good to go to continue on this race. And it looks like we will restart this race with Alan Bowles and Luke Whitmire on the front row. And I tell you, with the way that Luke Whitmire drove at the start of that race, and if he starts on the outside of Alan Bowles, that's going to be a heck of a restart.
I think Alan gets to pick which lane he wants. I would actually pick the outside if I was him. Let's see how they line up. But I don't think we need Luke Whitmire up against the wall on a restart. He is way too fast.
Yeah. I think he was taking a page out of Brian Bayer's book because he ran on the outside last year, and I tell you, the fans loved it then, and I bet you they're loving it now.
That's right. Typically, Mike Morgan is running up high, and most people would think that Mike Morgan was in the outside lane, but Luke Whitmire almost fit another truck on the outside of him. I say almost, but that's the reason they got pinched down. So.
All right, I'm looking at the flag stand, and it looks like they're going to ask them to get double file right here. So we'll see where Alan Bowles and Luke Whitmire are going to be restarting, who will be restarting on the inside and the outside right here. Yep, there's a signal from the flagmen. Double file. Alan Bowles and Luke Whitmire ready to restart here.
Alan's saying, I'm against the wall.
Yes, indeed. And I gotta tell you, one person I am definitely proud to see back in the Bandit Big Rig Series is Brian Bayer driving that number 45. After what he did last year, it is so great to have him back behind the wheel of a Bandit Big Rig Series truck. And with the way that he drove in practice and qualifying, he is definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with.
We've got the fastest qualifier right there on Alan's bumper. If he leaves that lane open, I think Randy Briggs will go up top with it.
Yes, that's right. Brian Bayer and Randy Briggs, they were the two fastest in qualifying and practice, so we'll see what happens on this restart.
Alan Bowles got a better start.
Great start by Alan Bowles. Whoa! Hold on, Randy Briggs. He is going to the inside, going for the lead. Can he do it? Whoa!
Drift move all the way around 1 and 2.
Man, oh man, Randy Briggs is going for it. Here he goes to the inside. Randy Briggs to the inside, but here comes Luke Whitmire back on the outside. Side by side for second and third. 2 laps to go. And Luke Whitmire looks like he's going to take second place back. No, not yet. We're still battling for second and third right here. And one person who, oh! Luke Whitmire into the wall, he goes again!
That's the problem with it, running that outside. You can be fast, but you can also hit the wall.
And right as Luke Whitmire does that, the white flag waves. And meanwhile, it looks like it's all Alan Bowles right here. And here he comes off turn number 4. Your winner of heat race number 2, it's going to be number 3, Alan Bowles. Turbo wins heat number 2. Second place goes to Randy Briggs. And it looks like third place is going to go to number 88, Mike Morgan, followed by Luke Whitmire, John Lisenby, and Brian Bayer. Wow.
Luke Whitmire lost a lot of positions hitting that wall. He started falling back quick, but he still ended up 4th. Pretty good finish after bouncing a 12,000-pound truck off of a concrete wall.
Man,
a couple of times.
Man, that was an exciting heat number 2, and great racing by each and every one of these drivers right here.
We may have Danielle in the pits again. I'm not sure if she's got another interview or we're going to wait till after this next one. So it looks like we got the third heat race. We got the family feud coming up.
Yes, indeed.
Who's going to be in this heat race, Adam?
Well, it's going to be a battle of the Kruckebergs. Craig Kruckeberg in the 55, 54 of Tyler Kruckeberg, and the 63 of Trevor Kruckeberg. And we got a chance to speak with them earlier today. So here's the interview with the Kruckebergs from earlier.
What's up, Bandit fans? I am in the midst of the Kruckeberg trifecta right now, okay? This is like never really happened, only like a couple races ever, I believe. We got the Godfather here, but both of his sons, you have Tyler and Trevor, both here. All three of them are racing today, and I gotta ask the Godfather, how does it feel to really have this be a full family affair out on the track today?
Well, if we don't take 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, then we got issues. But no, it's going to be fun. After we get done with the interview, I'll go have a chat with them and put them in the coach and have a sit down.
So now, is it competitive, or are you just like happy to see either of them win or anyone win, or is it really like a competitive thing? Has there been a lot of smack talk going on?
If I have to lose to keep from wrecking the truck, I will.
What a guy.
Right? Right?
What a guy.
So
Now,
the same goes for these two, I'm sure.
oh yeah, I'm sure. I heard actually that there is a special heat race with quite a wager on it. Is that true, Trevor?
Yeah, there's a heat race. It's just us three to figure out who was actually the better one of us three. So.
And then I heard you guys have a special prize just for that, right? And what do we have, Tyler?
A belt to take home so we can wear it in front of each other after we get one.
My size?
I mean, this is not just some small belt. You guys see this, right? I mean, this is like a WWE like wrestling belt. Is this going to be worn at like every Christmas and Thanksgiving from here to end of time?
Pretty much. Until we get another year and doing it again.
I mean, you guys, I have to tell you, I talked to Mike Morgan today, and I said, what are you feeling for the track? And he said, well, we got a family out on the track, so that's going to change the whole dynamic here. So let me tell you, the guys are going to hold back to see how this whole thing plays out. 7 months of lockdown and a family taking the track sounds like a recipe for excitement, if you ask me. What do you think?
It's going to be a good time. It's a good time as long as they learn to behave. Don't do anything stupid like they've been doing the last 30 years of their lives.
You know what happens when you say this, right? You're the one that's going to like go into the wall because you're like, they better not be stupid, and then we're going to replay this clip and it's going to be you that did it.
Yeah, right? No, it's not.
No.
I don't even think these guys even have the ability to get on the racetrack.
Oh, did you hear that?
Big talker.
All right, guys, I'm going to let these guys work this out. I'm getting out of the family feud. Back to you guys in the booth. Good luck, guys.
We're going to send it on down to Danielle right now. Take it away, Danielle.
Before we go to the Kruckerbergs, I am here with heat race winner number 2, a guy very familiar with this, Mr. Alan Bowles. Turbo, the nickname is earned.
Hey, I tried my best. You know, when a little truck is doing better than what it did last year, I've got worked on just a little bit more than what I've done over the year we've had to, get it a little bit better. And hey, things turned out pretty good for it today.
I mean, Randy Briggs was really trying to come for you. He was getting a little wild there. How are you feeling about that?
He's coming on. He's got a fast truck. I know I'm going to watch out for him on the high side, but I think I can take him on the high. I don't know if he can do anything on the bottom, but I believe my truck's a little bit better on the top than it is the bottom, so we'll just have to see what he's got for me.
I mean, he was definitely bringing the aggression. I was a little nervous in a couple of those turns. The last thing you want to do is spill in the heat race, right?
Oh, yeah. I think my spotter was, too. I think she's a little bit nervous, too. But, hey, it turned out all good, and, here we are, one down. Try to get the rest of them.
Anything you're going to try to change or work on here as you go into the challenge race in the feature?
No, probably not. I'll probably use the same strategy. I'll probably run the high line. I can get more speed there, and my truck's a little bit better up there, and so we'll just have to see where I start in the next race, so I'll try to get up there.
I think he's going to have no problem with that. They don't call him Turbo for nothing. All right, guys, we're going to let him get ready here. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you very much, Danielle. There you have it from Alan Bowles, number 3. And I got to tell you, after listening to that interview with the Kruckerbergs, I can hardly wait to see what's going to happen right here for the final third heat race.
It's certainly going to be action. But I tell you, Alan Bowles did a great job in that heat race. I think the only reason he won is because he started out front. He had 2 or 3 people chewing on that back bumper trying to get around him. He said a lot right there. He needs to move up to that outside lane and make them try to pass him on the inside. But there was a couple of times he had them all around him, and I'm surprised he held it off. He did a great job, but he had some fast trucks around him. We just got word that Luke Whitmire's battery was dragging on the ground, so they're having to work on that and get it took care of. And there may be some stuff on the track because of that and because of some of the action we had in turns 3 and 4. So we got some track workers out there on the track making sure it's good to go before we let the Kruckerbergs get out there and settle their family feud.
Well, I got to tell you, with the way that Luke Whitmire was driving in that heat race, I would be surprised if there wasn't anything left out on the track.
You're surprised that there's 2 or 3 things dragging on the truck, aren't you?
Yeah, and there's a look at the 51 of Luke Whitmire. Yeah, and his crews down there, they're making sure that his truck will be good to go for the challenge races, the shootout, and for the main.
He actually hit the wall twice in that race. You know, he also hit Mike Morgan, but he actually hit the wall twice in that race and shook some stuff loose. So they're trying to find out what all shook loose, get everything nailed down. That's a good shot of Luke right there, actually. You know, these guys are also the mechanics on their truck, too.
And if you'll notice on the back of his truck, it says, when in doubt, throttle it out, and that's exactly what he did in that heat race.
Yeah, Luke's actually taking advantage of some of those cool suits that some of these guys wear real hot in these side these trucks and on a summer day here in beautiful Lebanon, Indiana.
It's Salem, Indiana.
It's Salem, Indiana.
Yeah, Salem, Indiana. All right. Well, right now we got some great news. The Kruckebergs are out on the track. We're ready for the Kruckeberg feud. Ready for the Kruckeberg face-off. Craig, Tyler, and Trevor. I'm going to put you on the spot right here. If you had to choose, who would you pick?
Well, the fastest qualifier should be at the rear of the field right here. So let's see. We got Craig up front, right?
Yes.
And so who's that in the back?
That would be Tyler Kruckeberg
so Tyler
in the
was
54.
the fastest qualifier in the 54?
Yes.
I'm going to say Tyler.
Okay, we'll see what happens as the one-to-go signal has been given. It's Kruckeberg versus Kruckeberg versus Kruckeberg.
Trevor, I think, has got the advantage being on the outside right here. We'll see how it plays out. I'm not sure if there's any deals made before this. Hey, let's gang up on Pops, but it's going to be interesting.
Okay, they're entering turns 3 and 4, ready to take the green. And on the front row, it's going to be Craig and Trevor. Here they come to take the green flag, and it's waving. Here we go. And off the start, it's Craig with the lead.
Dives into that first turn.
Yes, he dives it on in there. Trevor Kruckeberg looking to go to the outside to make the pass. Let's see if he can do it. Not just yet.
This is almost like a shootout. You know, shootouts only have 2 trucks out there. We happen to have 3. Doesn't look like the Godfather wants to lay over and make it interesting race. He's just trying to pull out to as big a lead as he can pull out to.
Well, Craig Kruckeberg leads the first of 10 laps right here. And we'll see if he can hold on for the next couple. Off turn number 4. And I gotta wonder if Tyler's just biding his time right now, just riding right now.
If he's not just biding his time and riding, he's in trouble because he's falling back a little bit.
Yeah, that's a little bit surprising because
he may be laying back so that when those other 2 tangle, he can have enough time to stare around them.
Yeah, but here comes Craig Kruckeberg past the start-finish line. We got 7 more laps to go here. And now on to the back straightaway. And I gotta tell you, I am looking forward to seeing who is going to get that Kruckeberg belt, because that's definitely something right out of WWE, if you ask me.
Well, right now it looks like it's going to be Craig.
Yes, Craig Kruckeberg continues to lead. When we come around the next time, we will have reached the halfway mark, and Trevor is trying to catch up to Craig. But so far, it has been all Godfather on this race. And the flagman gives the halfway signal. 5 laps to go.
5 completed, 5 to go.
And I gotta tell you, Trevor is definitely there.
He's pulling up at him.
Yes. Yeah, he pulls up just a little bit. He could be waiting for that right moment to strike. Here he goes to the outside. Not able to make the pass yet, but to the start-finish line, Craig Kruckeberg barely led that lap. Whoa! But they are on the brakes right here, and Trevor's going to take the lead, and now he's starting to pull away from the Godfather.
that was steam that you saw come out of those brakes. When they stab those brakes, it actually sprays water on those big drums that heat up. And so you saw both of them steaming up their brakes, getting into that turn hard. Looks like Trevor's stepping on out now.
What a pass by Trevor Kruckeberg. And right now he is in position to take home that Kruckeberg championship belt.
He kind of eased up there behind him and pounced. And now he's like, I think I need to stay away from him. Oh, Godfather's pushing it at him. He is pushing it hard.
Yes, he is. And now we got a 2 to go signal. 2 laps to go for Trevor Kruckeberg. And the Godfather hard on the brakes in turn number 1. And you gotta believe that Trevor is going to love every bit of this once he takes that checkered flag. And now here he comes. White flag, 1 lap to go for Trevor Kruckeberg. He just has to hit his marks right here, and if he can do that, it's gonna be all him right here. Final 2 turns. And he hits his marks perfectly. Your winner of the 3rd heat race and the winner of the Kruckeberg battle, it's going to be 63 Trevor Kruckeberg. The Godfather, Craig Kruckeberg, comes home 2nd. And rounding him out, here comes the 54 of Tyler Kruckeberg. So Trevor is going to get that championship.
We had a lot of fans standing on their feet applauding as he was coming across. I believe they recognized what Trevor did. He didn't just show his stuff. He got up behind him, and when he pounced, he got out away from him so that there couldn't be any contact. Trevor run a smart race right there.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I can hardly wait to find out what that I can hardly wait to hear that interview with Trevor Kruckeberg, and I imagine he is going to be one happy camper once we get to hear from him. And that's going to do it for the heat races. After a short intermission, we'll be doing the Bandit Shootout, then our challenge races, and then we're going to have our 30-lap feature.
We've got Dee running around in the pits there, so we're going to try to get her to talk to a few more of these drivers.
Yes, we are. And the next person we're hopefully going to get a chance to talk to in just a few moments is going to be Trevor Kruckeberg. So we're going to wait on that, and I can hardly wait to hear what he has to say. Now, when we go to the Bandit Shootout, it's going to be a grudge match between. We're going to be starting off with 2 Bandit drivers and work our way up through the field, and then we'll have our 15 laps with the 2 challenge races, and then we'll go 30 laps for our feature main.
Yeah, whenever they do that shootout, they actually start with the last qualifiers. So you start out with the 2 slowest trucks.
All right, and we're going to send it on down to Danielle, who is with Trevor Kruckeberg. Take it away, Danielle.
Thank you so much, Adam. Okay, undisputably, I feel like to you, this is like winning the feature.
Oh yeah, this is more important to me than any race out there.
I mean, I'm not going to try to pump your brakes here and like make you feel all cool, but I did predict on the pre-show you're going to win, and our announcer guys were saying how smart you drove. So was there a little strategy with slow playing your hand there?
Not really. I knew he was going to screw up one way or the other, and came around that last turn, it got really tight. I didn't know any of us going to make it through, but we did. So, and after that, I knew he was just going to fall back. So.
And how long has it been since you raced, just so we know?
Like 3 years since I've been in a race truck. So.
3 years. And your brother, I mean, do we even talk about Tyler? I think he just finished.
Oh, yeah. We're not going to go there. It's going to be a sore subject.
I can't wait to see what family holidays are like at your house after this race. Is it going to be rough? I saw your dad give you a little love tap on the way in.
Oh, yeah. He's not going to be happy, but you know what? Sucks to suck, right?
Okay. Well, the most important part, obviously, is this. Let's get this open. Oh, there we go. All right. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels fantastic.
Look at that winner. Let's give him a round of applause, you guys. Back to you guys in the booth. We're going to let him celebrate and talk some smack to his family now.
Oh, man. Man, that is one happy camper with Trevor Kruckeberg. I told you I was going to be looking forward to that interview, and And that interview did not disappoint. Trevor Kruckenberg, one happy camper.
Yeah, they're talking a little bit of smack there. I hope they don't get word some of that stuff he said whenever the feature comes around. But he's exactly right. He was stalking his dad, getting closer to him, and when he saw him get tight and dive off into that turn when he made his move, they both knew they were side by side coming down, and they done it right in front of the fans. You know, whenever he made the pass coming down the front stretch, there was a lot of steam coming off them brakes. Both of them run it just as deep into that turn as they could. And then after he got away from him, he needed to stay away from him so that he couldn't come back up and rough him up a little bit.
We're getting ready for the Bandit Shootout, and I gotta tell you, that is one thing that is always exciting to see whenever you see the Bandit Big Rig Series. But right now we're going to send on down to Danielle. Danielle, what do you got for us?
Well, I got the Godfather. You know I had to have a rebuttal. All right, tell us, how do you feel coming out of that? I thought that was yours.
I thought it was mine too. The brakes locked up. I noticed it in practice. Yeah, which excuse do you want, really? No, I'm still shaking because I thought I'm taking us both out. I seriously thought when I went into turn 3, I thought we're done.
Yeah, you were close. I think we were all on edge. I'm sure your wife at home was really worried. Holy moly. It's probably good she isn't here for that one.
Yeah.
I mean, are you happy for Trevor, though?
Yeah, I'm happy for Trevor. We both almost gave Tyler the win, right?
I think Tyler might have almost been lapped there. I don't want to say it, but usually the person that talks the most
ends up in last.
I'm not saying that happened here. I'm just saying he didn't exactly perform the way he spoke about it, did he?
Right, exactly. Right, yeah, right. He didn't perform.
Okay, so really what's most important now is can we get the brakes fixed in time for the challenge and feature? Because you got a lot of racing left here.
Yeah, we got a lot of racing, and the fun starts here with the challenge, well, with the shootout. It's my favorite part, right? Yes. And missed the meet and greet, and so I apologize to all the fans. God bless the coronavirus. But no, the race with the challenge race, I'm still shaking, man. I thought I had.
I know. So the brakes, can they fix the brake situation, or is that just like cross your fingers the rest of the night?
I don't know. I smoked my front right tire. I don't know. Yeah, I thought for sure Trevor and I were done and for the night. And so, like I said, though, when I left home, I told Rob, and I said, well, I will lose to save the truck. And so that's what we did. And so
a true hero.
Right.
We'll tell Trevor that's why.
Yeah, we will.
He lost for the truck, you guys. And, you know, your son, you got to let him have a little, right?
No, I've been feeding him for 30 years. No, he doesn't need, no.
So do you think he's going to show up in the belt tomorrow at work and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that belt, he'll wear that into my office, and he'll wear it over family Christmas, and yeah. Tyler and I will deal with the belt later.
You think we have a rematch in the near future here?
Well, next race, damn straight, next race, yeah. Oh, yeah, there'll be a rematch.
Rematches until the Godfather's on top, and then it will just be done.
No.
It's going on forever.
I'll let him keep trying.
All right. He's going to let him keep trying. Let's get his brakes fixed. We need this man here in the challenge and the feature. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right. Thank you very much, Danielle. And here's a look at how the shootout races are going to go. It's going to be a one-on-one battle that takes place over a single lap around the track. Trucks race based off the reverse qualifying order, starting with the slowest. And then the Bandits will then battle it out one race at a time until a winner is crowned. And kids are given cards at random with each racer's number on it. And the kid with the winning driver will win a crisp $100 bill. So that's going to be an exciting thing to witness. And you see PT down there, and he's down there with the kids. We're ready for the Bandit Shootout right here, right now.
All right, I think we're ready to go, guys, here for the Bandit Shootout. This is an absolute crowd favorite, especially if that crowd is under the age of 10, all right? We're super excited to have all these kiddos right here. Here's how it's going to work. Basically, it's mano-a-mano, one-on-one for the Bandits. They're going to roll around. Whichever kid has a card that corresponds with that Bandit driver is going to be up against the other kid. It's a king of the hill type of scenario. So the last driver that's standing, the kiddo is going to win $100, okay? And funny, they didn't give me $100, so I got to front the Bandit series. So remind me to get that from the Godfather after this, okay? Look at that, though, $100, kiddos. There you go. Check it out right there. We'll show the people at home streaming on the old interweb. All right, let's see who we got coming up first. Is it 4 Scott Treadway and 41 Marshall Davis? All right. Hi, sweetie. What's your name?
Isabella.
Isabella. Okay, and you got 41. And if you won $100, what would you do with it?
Probably buy another goat.
Buy another goat. Okay. How much does a goat cost? Is it less than $100? Can you get multiple goats with $100 or no?
Yeah.
How many goats can you get with $100?
Probably like 10.
10 goats, man. You know what? Goat prices are just way lower than I thought these days. I love it, Isabel. Okay, so we're going to get goats if Marshall Davis pig, which is ironic because he's Pigpen. All right, what's your name, my man?
Eddie.
Eddie? Okay, and Eddie, what would you do with the $100 if you got it?
Get a prize at the store.
A prize at the store. That's awesome. Maybe you can go with Isabel and get a 10 goats. All right? I think we're good to go, though, on the first heat or first race here. Again, mano-y-mano, Bandit Shootout for $100, all right? That's what's going to happen here. All right, the first two actually Pigpen. All right, so we need who's got the 69? Okay, miss, what's your name?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn. Okay, Eddie, you're going to stay. Isabella, you sit back down there for a second because I think 41's going to go. It's 4 and 69, okay? So we got Art Gruska. So Jocelyn, you got Art Gruska. Come on, sit right down here, okay? And 4 is Scott Treadway, all right? We got mano-y-mano. And Jocelyn, what would you do with the $100 if you won?
Get toys.
Get a toys? Okay, awesome. What kind of toys would you get?
Ryan's World.
That's awesome. I love it. Okay. That's great. All right. Here we go. Art Gruska, the new guy, the Polish new guy coming here. He's actually a rally champion. Rumor has it he beat Travis Pastrana, by the way, in a rally race not too long ago. How about cool is that? Eddie loves 4 Scott Treadway. Get a good look at the crew over here. Look at this. This is a good crew. Look at those kiddos. Wave to the camera, guys. Wave to the camera. Here we go. Scott Treadway gets a good start. Cheer for your team, cheer for your player. Scott Treadway gets a good start. Looks like Art Gruska way behind right now. Scott Treadway, they call him Lightning for a reason, and it looks like that blast off the front is exactly what he needed. 1 lap around, checkered flag coming, and it's Scott Treadway. All right, Jocelyn, you grab a t-shirt, okay, from these Bandit girls. Okay, nice job. Thanks for hanging out with us. Eddie, USA. USA. Do it with me. USA.
USA. USA.
Nice. All right, he's got it. Let's just check out his hat. Hang on. Turn around, Eddie. Eddie, show the crowd. Yep. Like this. Yeah. Get a good look at that. All right. Who's up next? Oh, now it's Marshall Davis. So now we got Isabella. She's going to buy some goats. She wants goats with $100. Evidently, you can go down to the store and get 10 goats for this $100. Pretty awesome. If you can take them on a flight back to Minneapolis, maybe I'll get some goats before we leave Indiana. That sounds fun. Can they fly coach, or do they have to fly like charter or something like that, or what do you do? Can you bring goats on a plane?
No.
No. Okay. I know if we had goats on a plane, Samuel L. Jackson would not like it, that's for sure. All right, here we go. Hey, a couple people got that one. All right, warming up a little bit. The beer must be flowing a little bit different, huh? I love it. Dancing, Isabella, dancing. Come on. All right, we got green flag coming out. Marshall Pigpen, Davis on the outside. Scott Treadway on the inside. Whoa, Lightning, a great start. I think they're going to keep it. Are they going to restart, or are they going to keep it? They're going to keep it. Here we go. Scott Treadway in the 4, Marshall Davis in the 41. 1 lap around. Does Marshall Davis have enough in the tank? No, Scott Treadway. We call him Lightning. All right, Isabella, the goats maybe next time. All right, grab a t-shirt though. T-shirt better than goats. All right, Eddie, USA, USA.
USA.
All right, all right. Scott Treadway trying to go start to finish, wire to wire, to get Eddie this $100 so we can go to the store and get some prizes. Yeah, that sounds awesome. All right, here we go. We got 54, Tyler Kirkeberg, the snowman. Who's got 54? All right, come on up here, big man. Look at this. The force is with you. No? What's your name, buddy? Adide. Okay, and are you excited to be here at Bandit Big Rig Series? Yeah. Nice. All right, you got 54, Tyler Kirkeberg. He's the snowman. So say, go snowman.
Go snowman.
Go snowman. There we go. Okay. Here we go. 54, Tyler Kirkeberg. Now, he had a little bit of a tough run in the Kirkeberg Motorsports little WWE battle there for the championship race. So maybe he's got a little extra in the old tank out there. We hope, right? Gonna get this $100. What would you do with $100 if you won it?
I put it in my bank.
Put in your bank. He's going to save it. A fiscally responsible kid at the age of, what are you, 5? 4. Okay, here we go. Green flag. We got Lightning with a good start out here. Tyler Kirkeberg behind him. Snowman. Ooh, hot coming out on the second. Here we go. Back stretch looking good for Tyler Kirkeberg. Can he have it in the tank to take something from Lightning? He's got the inside. Here he goes. And no, not gonna make it. It's Scott Treadway Lightning. All right, the banks of the greater Salem area are gonna have to wait because we're gonna just give you a t-shirt and set, okay? Bump or elbow grease? Elbow grease. All right, swing over there and grab a t-shirt. Eddie, you know what our chant is? USA. 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 All right, Treadway Lightning trying to go wire to wire. Here comes Darren Profit. We call him Mo. Darren Mo Profit, 27. Where's 27? All right, big guy, come on up here. What's your name, my man?
Jordan.
Jordan. And what would you do with $100 if you got it?
Buy video games.
Buy video games. What's your favorite video game? Do I have any idea what this even is?
Paper Mario.
Paper Mario? What is that?
It's a game.
A combination of Paperboy, where he's throwing papers, but it's Mario and Luigi?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I'm still thinking like Nintendo's 16-bit or something like that. I'm ripping off games like Excite Bike from the late 80s or whatever. This guy, Jordan's looking at me like, who is this dude? All right, here we go. Jordan wants some video games. Back up here, guys, for a second. Back up here. Jordan wants some video games. Eddie wants some prizes. Here we go. Darren Mo Profit on the outside, trying to get him. Now he's going to go inside. He's going to draft him around the track here. Scott Treadway in the lead. Lightning's getting some good starts here. Does Darren Profit have enough on the turn 4? Here he comes on the inside. Does he have enough juice? No. Look at that. Sorry, Jordan. Up, elbow grease. All right. Grab a t-shirt. Eddie, USA. 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 All right. Here we go. Couldn't possibly be any more patriotic, right? Here we go. All right, the Iceman, number 13. Number 13, the Iceman. Where are we at? All right. Hi, sweetie. What's your name?
Isabella.
Isabella. Another Isabella. And where are you from?
Indiana.
Indiana. That's awesome. I could have guessed that. What city?
Salem.
Salem. All right, I love it. Right here, hometown girl. Very cool. All right, what would you do with $100 if your Iceman wins it?
Give it to my mom.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna give it to her mom. Is that mom right there by chance or no? Oh, say hi, mom. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. That's the cutest ever. I love it. All right, Iceman is going for Isabella and her mom, and Eddie's just wants to get prizes. Eddie's just happy to be here, to be honest. I don't even know if Eddie really truly has an idea of where he is right now. All right, here we go. Green flag is dropping. Oh, look at the Iceman on the outside. Look at this. Iceman taketh and the Iceman giveth away. Isabel and her mom like the Iceman on the outside. Here comes Scott Treadway. Does he have enough in the tank? Oh no, it's the Iceman making a delivery. Oh, wow. Okay, first of all, how about some love for Scott Treadway, Lightning, making a pretty big round there. Number 4 in the old shootout. Eddie, nice job, buddy. Eddie, one more time for good measure. USA, USA.
USA.
Nice. I love it. All right, very cool. Thanks, Eddie, for being here, man. Appreciate it. Eddie got himself a t-shirt. All right, Isabella, what do you think? Iceman was pretty cool there, huh?
Yeah.
What's your mom's name?
Lisa.
What do you think your mom would do with $100 if you gave it to her?
I don't know.
You don't know? She'd probably take you to the Bandit Series race, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. All right, very cool. Who we got coming up next? Let's see here. 46, Brian Cash Money. All right, what's your names, boys?
Devin.
Devin and
Mason.
Devin and Mason. Are you guys brothers or no? Nice. And how old are you?
10.
10?
7.
10 and 7. All right, very cool, man. Are you guys from Indiana or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a good time so far tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Are you ready for that main feature? 30 laps, my brother.
I am so ready.
You ready? You ready? Totally ready. I love it. Okay, here we go. $100. Isabella, what was your first name? Devin and Mason. Got it. Okay, here we go. Iceman versus Brian Cash. Here we go. Take a look right there. Say hi, everybody on the TV. Oh, look at the Iceman with a big start. Look at this. The Iceman not so cold on that start, Isabella, is he? Wow. Come on now. Hot start from the Iceman. Can Brian Cash take it from him on the backstretch? Doesn't look good. Here we come. And it's the Iceman heating the track up. All right, boys. Elbow, boom, boom. Grab a t-shirt. We can get 2 of them. I don't think you have to split it. I think we got enough for 2. Boom. All right, very good. That'd be kind of weird. All right, here we go. All right, looks like 63. That's Trevor Kirkeberg. Hot off the win. 63, anybody? Is it our sub guy? We have 63 over there? All right, come on over. All right, girl. Miss, what is your name?
Janelle.
Janelle. Say hi to everybody at home.
Hi.
Do you have anything you want to say to anybody at home? Like, hi to anybody back home?
Love you.
Love you. I love that. All right, what would you do with the $100 if you won it?
Buy an Elsa house.
An Elsa house. Awesome. Is that from Frozen or from Frozen 2?
Frozen 2.
Frozen 2. I figured that was the one. Yep. For sure. All right, well, we'll see what we can do here. And it's funny because you're going against the Iceman right here. So looking for the Frozen house by taking down the Iceman. Can Trevor Kirkeberg repeat the magic? Here we go. Oh, another hot start from the Iceman. Trevor Kirkeberg got time, though. He was able to take the Godfather earlier in a little bit of a comeback. Let's see if he can do it here against the Iceman. Number 13 comes Trevor Kirkeberg on the inside, looking fast. Cheer for your drivers. What do you think? Here we go. And it's the Iceman, and he says, sorry, girl, let it go, let it go, let it go. And it's the Iceman. Nice job, girl. But you got a t-shirt. Elbow. Boom. All right, you got a t-shirt. Swing on down. Nice work. Elsa's house will have to wait. All right? All good. Man, the Iceman giveth and the Iceman taketh away, huh, Isabella? What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you're more excited or Lisa, your mom, is?
My mom.
My mom? What? I saw you cheering for the Iceman right there. It definitely helps to cheer for your driver, right? They know who's cheering up here. Uh-oh, look at this. It's the Iceman versus the Godfather. Come on up, my man. Uh-oh, what's your name, buddy?
Kellen.
Kellen, and are you a basketball player?
Yes.
Nice, that's cool, man. Kellen, what would you do with $100 if you won it?
Save up to buy a PlayStation.
Save up to buy a PlayStation. All right, very cool, man. He's got goals, ambitions, and the Godfather's going to love that. As we always say, no one likes to give money away more than the Godfather, okay? That's always a good one. Here we go. We got the green flag with the Godfather and the Iceman. Oh, neck and neck in the front stretch. Look at this. Woo! Iceman on the outside, Godfather on the inside. Side by side on the back stretch. Look at this one. Godfather on the inside, Iceman on the outside. Into turn 4. Here we go. Oh! Wow! Neck and neck. I think it was the Godfather, wasn't it? Up front here, what'd you say? Is this Luke Combs? Luke Combs is here. Hey, buddy. Who won?
I think the black one.
That's awesome. Loving on, baby, I'm loving on you there, Luke Combs. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming here. Good to see Luke Combs. He's got like 9 #1 country hits, and he's hanging out here at the Bandit Big Rig Series, man. Appreciate that. That's awesome. Congratulations on your new marriage, too. All right, looks like it was the Godfather. Isabella, that was a great run. Little elbow bump. Love that, okay. Nice job, Lisa. Maybe next time, okay, for $100. Look at this. You want to get a shot of Luke Combs over here? Yeah. Ice cold beer. Never broke my heart, baby. Come on now. Good to see you, buddy. All right, man. Luke Combs. Always good to have Luke Combs in the house. All right, brother. What do you think of that, Kellen?
It was
Godfather.
really good.
Feels good, right? Do you feel good with the Godfather?
Yes.
All right. Now, here's the deal. Godfather versus, Austin Hoppy. All right, where's 66? All right, come on up here, girl. Here we go, Austin Hoppy and the Godfather. Hoppy got a pretty big jump on it right there. I don't think the Godfather's going to like that very much. Let's see if he can take him on the backstretch. Here comes the Godfather. He's not going to let up in this turn. I got news flash for you. And it's Dr. Diesel, Austin Hoppy. All right, Kellen, nice job, buddy. Best of luck with your basketball career, man. Love it. Better tie those shoes before you go dunk on anybody. All right. Very cool. Austin Hoppy. And what was your first name again?
Kalia.
Kalia. I knew it started with a C, right? Awesome. Does it start with a C or a K? K. Oh, I can't get anything right, can I? Oh, my goodness. All right, no big deal. Hey, big guy. What's your name? Was it?
Chadobe.
Oh, Chad. All right, cool, man. All right, say hi back there. You want to say hi to the camera? Say hi.
Hi.
All right, good to see you, buddy. Here we go. He's got number 3. Oh, wait, he's got number 3. That's the wrong guy. We were looking for Mac Vader, who's got 88. That's okay. Hey, that's cool. He wants to be later. $100. Is Mac Vader around here? No? Mac Vader, 88. Our sub guy. We got that sub kiddo. Is 88 down there? Oh, here we go, 88. Come on over here. You never know at the shootout. Things are just crazy. Hi, what's your name?
Mine's like that Thompson.
Oh, you're the cutest ever. What is on your shirt there?
It's Poppy.
Oh, it's Poppy. Of course it is. Okay, here we go. Poppy, come on over here. Poppy does not want Austin Hoppy. You want Mac Vader, all right? Austin Hoppy is Dr. Diesel right here for Kalia with a K, not a C. Don't mess it up next time. Here we go. Austin Hoppy, Mac Vader. And Austin Hoppy comes around and says, the force is strong with this one. Austin Hoppy. Oh, sorry, girl. Elbow. I love Poppy. Poppy. Elbow bump. No. Yes. Okay, how about a t-shirt? How about a t-shirt? Oh, right behind you. Sorry, my bad. There you go. All right, girl. Nice job. Nice work. All right. Congratulations, Kalia. Looking good so far. All right, number 3. Now you're back up here. Come on up, brother. All right. You never know what you're going to get. All sorts of chaos. Hang tight. 16 is not quite hip here. All right. Whoa, hey, careful. That sniper gets you on the balance. Come on over here, buddy. All right. Take a look right there. Say hi to the camera again.
Hi.
All right. Love that. All right. Here we go. What would you do with $100 if you got it?
Birdie.
Fergie? Or a birdie? You'd buy a birdie? Nice. Okay. Things are going to be a little louder in the old household here if we win this $100 because we got a birdie. What kind of birdie would you get?
Base star.
A base star. Is my hearing bad, or is there a new thing called a base star bird? All right, the base star bird, I heard they're very similar to parakeets. They're like a parakeet and it meets a flamingo. Here we go. Austin Hoppy for Kalia. Turbo Allen Bulls on the inside for the parakeet called the Base Star. Look at Austin Hoppy go. Turbo on the inside. Does he have enough juice? It looks like it's gonna be Austin Hoppy. And Kalia's doing the jump, the Austin Hoppy over there. Nice job, big guy. Thankfully, Dad's kind of like, oh, I'm glad I don't have to buy that bird with this $100. All right, it's all good. Nice job, buddy. Elbow. All right, he's fun. I like that dude right there. All right, cool. All right, Kalia with a K. You feeling good right now?
Yeah, I'll get a little dizzy though.
A little dizzy. Yeah, me too. Don't worry about it. Let me ask you this. Now, your boy, Austin Hoppy, has a choice of outside or inside lane. Which one should he take?
Well, I like going outside, so let's go outside.
Okay, I love it. Kind of indecisive, to be honest, Mom, but all good. Liked it. She makes a decision in the end. Okay, 51, Luke Whitmire. Come on over here, Mohawk. What's your name, buddy?
Ethan,
Ethan. All right, Ethan. Luke Whitmire, what would you do with $100 if you get it?
buy a new part for my remote controlled car.
Buy a new part for your remote control car. Well, I hope that happens for you. Kalia's kind of a jumper over here, so if she gets a little jumpy, that's okay, all right?
Okay.
Are you going to just focus on what's going on with Luke Whitmire?
Yes.
Did you do that Mohawk yourself?
No.
No, who did it for you?
My dad.
Your dad. Nice. Your dad's awesome. All right, here we go. Luke Whitmire on the inside, Austin Hoppy on the outside. Whoa, Hoppy. Look at Kalia get Hoppy on this one right here. Dr. Diesel looking good so far. Luke Whitmire behind, trying to make this Mohawk happen for Ethan. Luke Whitmire trying to put the pedal to the metal on the outside. He loves the outside. Here we go. And it's Luke Whitmire. Wow. Oh, sorry, girl. Bump it. T-shirt. Wow. Look at Luke Whitmire on the outside. How about that, Ethan?
Nice.
Nice. All right. Ethan, a man of many words, right?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Tell you what, Ethan, you're a heck of an interview. You always have been, always will be, okay?
Okay.
Nice. All right. Where are you from, buddy?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Indianapolis, Indiana. Very cool, man. And how old are you, buddy?
9.
9. Nice. Do you have any favorites out here other than Luke Whitmire?
No.
No. Okay, good. All right, sweet. Maybe I should try asking a non-leading question, like how do you feel today?
Good.
Okay, that was good. Describe your favorite day. What does that look like?
Monday.
Okay. Dang, Luke. Could write a country song with how many, what the kind of truth coming out of this guy's mouth. What's your name, buddy? Oh, you are awesome. Look at all those signatures you got. Who's your favorite driver? Number 7. All right, Redbeard, here we go. Redbeard versus Luke Whitmire. Whitmire's on the outside. John Listenby, Redbeard on the inside. I want to make sure you can see Ethan. Luke Whitmire likes the outside. And Listenby behind him. Here comes the final stretch. Look at Whitmire go high. He loves the high banks and he loves Ethan's Mohawk. Boom. All right, you got a t-shirt though, buddy. Elbow grease. Nice. Appreciate you. Swing on over here. Nice. Love it. All right, Ethan. Back to our world-class interview. You got any girlfriends?
No.
What's your favorite subject in school and why?
Gym, because it's amazing.
All right. You're falling into your role perfectly, Ethan. I just want to appreciate that for the comic relief.
Okay.
All right, there we go. That's Ethan. We call him verbal because he speaks in a lot of words. All right, here we go. Who's 45? Oh, look at this, 45, the local guy. Where's Brian Bear's person? Who's representing Brian Bear? Do we have 45? All right, Braxton. Put your nachos down and get down here for possibly $100. All right, Braxton, you're subbing in. Brian Bear, okay? He's the 45. You cheer for him. Ethan, he's not going to say much, but he'll stand right here and be cool, okay? He's the one for Luke Whitmire. Here we go. Brian Bear on the inside, Luke Whitmire on the outside. Look at 45 with a big start. He's saying, Brian Bair says it's an election year and trump your feelings. Oh, Whitmire, can he take him on the inside? Bair's gonna hit the wall. No, he's good. And it's Brian Bair, the local guy. Oh, Ethan, it was nice chatting with you, buddy. Sorry, man, grab a t-shirt, okay? Awesome. Ethan, best of luck with you, okay? Rock and roll with gym class, that was fun. All right, Braxton, hey, say hi to everybody at home. Come on over here, buddy. Come on over here. Get a look at these sneakers. Dude, don't scratch my Pumas. Look at those. Sweet. USA.
USA.
Nice, okay. Brian Bair. Here we go. Brian Bair in the Trump train in the 45 and Randy Briggs in the 16. All right, big guy, come on over here. What's your name?
I'm Robert Jones.
Robert Jones? Nice. Can I call you Bobby or no? Nobody calls you that. Can I call you Rob? No, just Robert, okay. Robert Jones. Can I call you RJ?
No.
No, okay. We're not good buddies. We can't. I'm going to go Robert Jones, okay? Robert Jones wants 16. Randy Briggs. Braxton wants 45. Brian Bair. Here we go for $100. And we're racing. Here goes Brian Bair. The local kid gets a good start on Randy Briggs. And it looks good for Brian Bair. The bird's eye bullet. Here we go. Boom. That's all she wrote, isn't it? That's all she wrote. That's all the drivers, isn't it? Oh, we get this guy a t-shirt. Hey, Robert Jones, it was fun to hang with you, okay? Nice rock elbow. Look at this. Braxton, look at that. Right place and right time, my main man, $100. What do you think of that? All right, hey, wait. Say, hey, thanks, Brian Bair.
Thanks, Brian Bair.
Thanks, Bird's Eye Bullet.
Thanks, Bird's Eye Bullet.
What are you going to do with this $100, by the way?
Buy another toy.
Buy another toy. That's awesome. Okay, well, great work there, Braxton. Have a great night, buddy. Appreciate you. Braxton, I'm kidding. Come on over here. Brian Bair, the local guy, make some noise right there. Braxton, throw that up to the camera. There you go. Much love to Braxton. Much love to everybody here. Round of applause to all the kids and all the drivers for having some fun with the shootout. We'll let these engines cool down a little bit. More action. We still got challenge races. Still got the main event, that 30-lap feature for $50,000. Plus, these guys got tennis balls for another $600. There's tons of money going out the door. There's fun. It's awesome. It's the Bandit Big Rig Series from Salem Speedway. Stick around.
All right, thank you very much, PT. Congratulations to Braxton winning that $100 bill. And how about the hometown hero, Brian Bair, taking it home in the Bandit Shootout?
He looks like he's opening the bottom up. He goes right up against that wall where nobody's running. He's in the lead. He's saying, if you want to pass me on the bottom, pass me on the bottom.
But we also saw a lot of great Bandit Shootout races there. How about the Iceman Bob Mitchell and Lightning Scott Treadway?
Made a big run coming up through the field. Didn't have a good qualifying mark, but was doing a great job in this shootout. Then we had Bob Mitchell, a couple of wins there, but whenever it got up to the big boys and the Bird's Eye Bullet got on the outside, it looked like it was no way you was going to pass him on the inside.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, all the Bandit Big Rig drivers that we have out here, some of them are actual truckers, and some of them were working out on the front lines, during the whole COVID-19 crisis. And one of them was the driver of the 7, John Lisenby. And I'll tell you what, Danielle got a chance to speak to John Lisenby earlier today and ask him about that. So here's a look at what John Lisenby had to say.
What's up, Bandit fans? I am here with John Lisenby. And how you doing? How are you? Are you ready to get back into this?
Oh, I'm ready. I've been waiting since Bristol to get back at it because your adrenaline's up. You know what you done the last race, and now it's been a while. So hopefully everything stays the same. We've worked on a few things on it. For this track. This track's a little bit more demanding.
Right.
And so we're ready. We're ready. I think it'll do well today.
I mean, and did you ever think at Bristol it was going to be a year until you saw us all again? It's been almost a full year since these guys have driven again. And, you know, while we were in lockdown, I know you've played a crucial part. Obviously, truckers were essential workers, and they really kept things going as groceries were sold out and everything like that. And you were heavily involved in that, right?
We was fortunate enough to be needed, you know, for that time. And we actually, you know, of course, haul coal, rock, sand for a living, you know, and stuff. And we was able, the grocery stores, you know, needed so much help, we was able to get with a local grocery store at home and help those guys out. So it worked out real good for us.
That's amazing. And thank you for doing that, because I heard stories about truckers and how even on the road you really couldn't get supplies because everyone was buying them up and everything. So it had to be pretty tough.
It was. And then, of course, you know, going out of state, you want to be very careful, you know. So we was fortunate enough to what we do. I was able just to fuel at one stop. And that way I'd say, well, that's the only place I've been, you know, besides unloading or loading and then back, you know, and that way if something did happen, you know, we could kind of pinpoint maybe where we did catch it, you know, or something. But we was very fortunate to be able to work and stay busy during all this, trying to keep America moving.
And we're very fortunate to have you, so thank you for that. Okay, now back to the race. Oh, yeah. Back to the race. Our last feature winner, literally, of last season was you. So coming in, you're the guy to beat, I think, right?
No, they're going to be after me, ain't they?
How do you prep for this? How are you feeling tonight?
I feel good. This track, you know, is a high bank track like Bristol. It's just not, you know, quite as big a track as Bristol, but it has the very high banking. This track's a lot more demanding track. You know, it's a little bit, you know, older, a little rougher track, and you just got to try to set your truck up to compensate, you know, for it. And depending on the temperatures and everything, I think we'll have a good show tonight.
All right, you heard it here first. A good show tonight. Back to you guys in the booth. All right, Bandit fans, and I am here with the Shootout champion and hometown hero himself, Brian Bayer. How does it feel to win right at home?
Hey, we love to win in front of our hometown crowd. They go crazy, don't they?
I heard a standing ovation, and I don't see that very often for a shootout win, might I add. I mean, does that feel good?
Oh yeah, we got a great following. There's a lot of people come watch us. We love them.
His very first race last year was here. He won the heat race, and he won the challenge race. Now he's won the shootout. So the only thing you have left is that feature race. Anything you're changing going into that, or anyone you're kind of gunning for?
Yeah, like I said, at 16 strong, a lot of good strong trucks. I took it easy in the heat race a little bit because them guys started getting very racy, and I wanted to make sure I made it to the feature. So
right.
Just kind of laid back on that deal, but yeah.
Everyone seems like they've been driving a little careful so far, right?
I don't know about that. There's a few of them over their head right now.
Yeah, easy to say, I suppose, when I'm not in the truck. Okay, anyone you want to give a shout out to? I know you got a lot of friends and family here and watching and everything like that. Well, you got them?
Yeah, I got a big shout out to my wife, Christy, and my brother, Van. That's my kids, Taylor, Trent, future daughter-in-law, Kendra. They're all here supporting me, helping me. So, and all the fans back here. We got a lot of people from back home that come up with love this stuff.
Can you feel that energy just even when you're driving?
I can hear it in the helmets. That's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. All right, we're gonna let him get ready. This guy's got to go win his first feature. All right, so back to you guys in the booth. Thank you. Congrats.
All right, thank you very much, Danielle. And there you heard it from Mr. Brian Bayer. I got to tell you, he is on a roll tonight, and I can hardly wait to see what's going to happen with him in the challenge and the feature.
He was certainly the hometown favorite. Crowd was getting a little louder whenever he was coming across, and they saw, these local fans saw what they've seen him do in the past in other divisions. Get up against that wall and cross the finish line first.
We're getting ready for our challenge races. Now, the difference between the heat races and the challenge races, the winners of the heat races will compete in the Bandit challenge races, and the lineup is based off of the finishing order from those heat races. And this race will pit those trucks against each other for one last battle before the main show. So the challenge races promises to be something to witness.
Yeah, your top drivers will be in the second challenge race. Your slower drivers for this race will be the first group out. So the big boys should be in the second group. But you know, we saw Scott Treadway, who had a bad qualifying time out, end up putting on an impressive show in the shootout. I think he's kind of getting a feel for the track and his truck, and he was real impressive in that shootout. But he wasn't as impressive as the bird's eye bullet, Brian Bayer, hometown favorite, who came home for the big victory, and the crowd obviously was on his side.
Yes, indeed. And it is my understanding that Danielle is down there with Luke Whitmire, who's been making some moves on the outside. So Danielle, take it away.
I'm here with Luke Whitmire. You know, it's been a rocky road as you started, but how are you feeling?
We feel pretty good. This track's fast. I like the high line and the heat. You know, we were coming to the front, and we just got in with Mike Morgan. I don't think he knew I was there, and you know, I was really close to the wall on that high side coming out of 4, and he just got up in there, and it tore my side pod up a little bit. We hit hard enough that it knocked the battery loose, and then I was losing some oil, and it made the truck slick. So when we come back around and took a green, I just couldn't hold into the curve like I had been, so I just had to back out of it, come in and get fixed. But I got a good crew helping me. Some of the other drivers come and helped, and we got a new battery back in it and fixed the side pod over there, and we're going to give it a whirl again.
I mean, it helps when you have the battery actually in the truck, I think, right? That makes a big difference with driving.
Yeah, you need the battery in the truck.
Kind of important.
It don't work too good dragging it along behind you.
Right? I mean, you guys, they're literally working on his truck right now as we're doing this, and you should see the other side. So you kind of gave the wall a little bit more than a love tap, it looks like. You got a little windshield damage going on. Has that affected the truck, or you feel okay?
No, I believe it will be okay. It was all cosmetic. It was just rubbing and tearing up the paint, put some scuffs on the truck. Yeah, we broke the windshield, but that's the passenger side.
That's racing, right?
Yeah, that's racing. That's the passenger side window. I don't need it.
He doesn't need the passenger side, just the driver's side. Anything you're going to change or any strategy going into this challenge race?
No, I just hope I get a good seat on the outside where I can run my groove, run my line. I believe I got her figured out. It's just a matter of me keeping my rubber band welded up. I ain't got the motor that these other boys has got, so this is where my momentum comes into play, is being up on high on them banks. So, Bulldog's doing good though.
Yeah, you dusted off the nerves. You took a few taps. I think it's smooth sailing from here. You got some good karma coming your way, right?
Right. Hopefully we'll be up front.
Yes, all right. We're going to let him get lined up because they are literally working on me underneath me, guys. So let's let him get back going and go back to Jeff and Adam.
All right, thank you very much, Danielle. We are getting ready for our first challenge race of the day. But first, it is my understanding that we have some special fans here tonight.
Yeah, I got word that in Allentown, Pennsylvania, we've got a Mac museum. And of course, if you got a Mac museum and you got a bunch of fans there, guess who they're pulling for?
Number 88, Mike Morgan.
Mike Morgan. So Mike Morgan, big shout out to Allentown, Pennsylvania. Got some Mike Morgan fans there that's watching the broadcast.
All right, here we go. Green flag racing, and off the start, number 3, Alan Bowles leads us off, and Turbo's got the lead right here. And right now it's Trevor Kruckeberg. No, that's Tyler Kruckeberg running in second right now. No, Trevor Kruckeberg, sorry. And then here comes Craig Kruckeberg running in third. And to the start-finish line, it's number 3, Alan Bowles, leading the first of 15. Meanwhile, Trevor running in second place right now, trying to hold on to it. And we got some great racing action out there in the back. But meanwhile, up front, Trevor Kruckeberg trying to run down number 3, Alan Bowles.
Alan's moved up to that top line. I think he's running a little wider than he was in the heat race.
And as they cross the start-finish line, there's a problem for the 27 of Darren Profit. He has taken his truck to the pits. Not sure what that's about, but it looks like his day is done as far as the challenge races go. But meanwhile, we got a great battle for the... Whoa! Whoa! Trevor Kruckeberg put the bumper to Alan Bowles, and that's going to allow his dad, Craig, to go to the inside for second. And right behind them, the 16 of Randy Briggs. Here he goes to the outside. Randy Briggs now moves up into third.
I believe Trevor's definitely faster than Alan. He's done caught him twice, but he's moving up there. He's wanting to make that outside pass. Alan seems to be crowding him a little bit when he gets up close.
So far, the first 4 laps have been completed. We have 11 laps to go right here.
Trevor's taking the fast line. He's taking the bird's eye bullet line up against that wall.
Yes, he is. He's hoping that's going to work to his advantage. Meanwhile, the 88 of Mike Morgan, he's trying to make a move on Scott Treadway. We've got some great racing action happening up front and great racing action happening in the back as well. That's just a sample of the kind of action you can see from the Bandit Big Rig Series. And now onto the back straightaway again. Trevor Kruckenberg trying everything he can to make the pass on the outside. Here he goes again. He's got a little bit of an opening on the outside. Can he make it? He is there. Side by side for the lead we go. Can Trevor take the lead? Yes, he will. And he's going to bring the 16 of Randy Briggs with him. Randy Briggs moves up into second. Alan Bowles back to third. And now here comes the 88 of Mike Morgan. He's going to the outside of Alan Bowles for third. And we got a battle for the lead as well. My, oh my. We are at the halfway mark, and Trevor Kruckenberg is out in front. He had a tremendous start, winning that grudge match between his dad and his brother, and now he is leading challenge number 2, and he's holding off the guy who was fastest in qualifying, Randy Briggs. What a night for Trevor Kruckenberg so far.
Lap 8 completed. 7 to go.
7 laps to go indeed. We'll see if Randy Briggs has something for Trevor in these final couple of laps right here. Off turn number 4, here goes Randy Briggs. He's looking to the inside. Gets a little loose. Man, Trevor holds on to it.
You could see that truck sliding sideways. That was a 4-wheel drift. No.
Oh, man, here we go. Side by side onto the back straightaway. Oh! Randy trying everything he can on that inside, but he just can't complete the pass. And right behind Randy Briggs, Mike Morgan, 88.
Where did he come from?
Mike Morgan, a man who is on a mission to redeem himself from a year ago.
Mike started out at the back of this field.
Yes, he did. Mike Morgan started at the rear, and now he's running in third, and we have 5 laps to go. This is shaping up to be another exciting finish. Here we go. 4 laps to go for Trevor Kruckenberg. Here goes the 16 of Randy Briggs on the inside and Mike Morgan on the outside. Whoa! Randy Briggs takes the lead. Oh my! Randy Briggs with a tremendous pass on Trevor Kruckenberg. Can Trevor make the pass back on him? He's going to have 3 laps to work with as we cross the start-finish line. Oh, and Mike Morgan just hit the wall as we cross the start-finish line. Uh-oh. He seems to be okay running in third, but I don't know how badly that truck is damaged on the right side. We'll get a good chance to see as we come off turns 3 and 4.
He was trying everything he could, and he just kissed the wall right there on the front stretch.
Doesn't look too badly damaged from what we're seeing right now, as we have 2 laps to go right here, and Randy Briggs is out in front.
They run a plate on that right side to cover their lug nuts so that he would have sheared everything off if they didn't run that steel plate to cover all their lug nuts.
Here we go, white flag in the air. 1 more lap to go for Randy Briggs. I gotta tell you, every single time I see that number 16 truck, everybody does well in it. And here we go, coming off turns 3 and 4, as the sun sets on this beautiful night. Randy Briggs, number 16, he wins challenge race number 1. Second place is going to go to Trevor Kruckenberg as he just barely holds off Mike Morgan, 88, followed by 3 of Alan Bowles, Craig Kruckenberg, 55, 4 of Scott Treadway. Whoa! Hold on, Tyler Kruckenberg. The 54 comes sliding across the start-finish line right there at the end. Wow!
If you don't win the challenge race, put on a show for the fans.
Oh, man. So many great highlights in challenge number 1. And I got to tell you, every single one of the Kruckebergs tonight have been putting on a show.
Yeah, he did everything but wreck on that last lap.
All right. Okay, here we go. This could be a replay of what happened to Mike Morgan. Looks like he just got a little loose and just kissed that wall a little bit right there.
Back end stepped out on him a little bit. He was on the throttle hard. He was doing a little bit of a wobble coming down there trying to get it straight, but he didn't lift. You know, he was in the throttle the whole time. You can see the diesel pouring out. But that's Mike Morgan. He doesn't lift.
Yes, Mike Morgan does not lift, nor do any of the Bandit Big Rig Series drivers out here at Salem Speedway. And now we get ready for challenge number 2. Let's take a look at who we have in this field. Looks like we've got the 51 of Luke Whitmire alongside the 41 of Marshall Davis, the 66 of Austin Hoppy, 7 John Lisenby, 13 Bob Mitchell, 45 Brian Bayer, and rounding out the field, number 46 Brian Cash. That is your starting lineup for challenge number 2. And after this race, we'll be taking a short intermission and get ready for driver introductions. And our 30-lap main will be coming up after that. I gotta say, with Luke Whitmire and Marshall Davis being on the front row, I'm interested to see what's gonna happen here.
Yeah, Luke's looking good on that outside. Every prediction I've made tonight hadn't come true, but I'm saying Luke's in good position. If he can get the jump, he's going to be hard to beat in this challenge race.
Here we go to take the green flag, and it waves. Who gets the advantage? We're going 3 wide into turn number 1 from what it looks like. And Austin Hoppy, he's going to have second place from the looks of it. Yes, he is. Austin Hoppy goes right to second place, and now he looks to run down 51 Luke Whitmire. And behind him, we got a great side-by-side battle between John Lisenby and Marshall Davis, and here comes Brian Bayer into the picture. And the fans cheering on this action, and you gotta believe that they're cheering for the hometown boy, Brian Bayer.
Well, we know where he likes to run. He's going to be up against that wall. If you don't want him to pass you, you better get up against the wall.
Yes, indeed. But meanwhile, up front, Luke Whitmire is in firm control of the lead, but he knows he's got Dr. Diesel right behind him in that 66.
Anybody that tries to pass has to, move down to the inside, and they actually take a chance losing the position they're in.
Yeah, and right now, John Lisenby, he's got his hands full with the 45 of Brian Bayer as Bob Mitchell battles it out with Brian Cash, number 46.
The bird's eye bullet.
Brian Bayer, as he currently, whoa, Brian Bayer is loose, around he goes. Around goes Brian Bayer.
Man, he had just moved up pretty close. He was in 4th position, but he had moved up right on the back end of 3rd, and I think he was getting ready to make that pass, but round he goes. He's going to go to the back now. Lap number 2 complete.
Yes, we had 2 laps completed, so this will not be a complete restart. We will restart with Luke Whitmire and Austin Hoppy running in 1st and 2nd. And there's the safety crew right there, checking to make sure that Brian is okay. We'll see if we can see what happened.
Man, he had just got up on the bumper there.
Yeah, not sure what happened there, what caused that to happen, but as they went into the turn, Brian Bayer tried to hold on, but after that, he was just along for the ride.
Didn't hit anything.
Yeah.
I believe he's in good shape.
Yeah, but right now they're checking to see if that truck is good to go. Safety crew is there. Not sure if he has a problem or not.
Something may have broke on it. It was just a long, lazy spin. Something might have actually broke on the truck. I'm not sure. It's going to...
All right. As we're waiting for this, we've got another interview we want to take a look at. Let's take a look at our interview with Brian Bair that we had earlier today.
What's up, Bandit fans? I'm here with the hometown guy, Mr. Brian Bair, and you're back. And I'm not trying to say that I vaguely remember telling you last year at your first race here that this was really addicting and that I think we're going to be continuing to see you. And then we did, and now new season, and I might have been right?
You were exactly right. We're kind of hooked. We got that first race under our belt, and they invited us back, and we enjoy being a part of it. That's great.
We can't get rid of them, which is great. We love having you. So obviously no one thought this was going to be a year before we all saw each other. Did anything exciting happen during lockdown? Were you working a lot? Like, what was going on for you guys?
Yeah, I tell you what, we missed you guys. We were supposed to do this back in April, ready to have some races under our belts, but it's good to get going again. Yeah, lockdown, it kind of put us behind a little bit on things, but we had some interesting news at home. My son, he proposed to his fiance.
Oh, that's so exciting.
So they set a date for next October. They bought the first house, and everything's going good for them. We got a lot of stuff away from the racetrack going on.
Yeah, good things to celebrate. And then, don't tell the other drivers this, but I believe I heard that you've raced a couple times this summer already on this track, haven't you?
Yeah, we're behind on that level too, but we got 2 races here within the last month, so yeah, we're back at it. I'm ready to go.
I think you're the only one that's coming in a little warm here. All these guys are coming in really cold. Any tips for this track? I mean, no one knows it better than you. 15 years of racing on this track. You know it like the back of your hand. What's some advice that you'd give the other guys?
Well, that's where I messed up last year. I gave Mark Noble advice and he kicked my butt.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, they won't see this. This is aired during the race.
No, it's a fast track. It's rough. It'll get you. Turn 2 sneaks up on you. If you get lazy on it, you're going to find a wall pretty quickly. And it hurts too.
Yeah, I bet it does. Is there anyone specifically you kind of have your eyes on tonight that you're kind of gunning for?
Probably all of them. 55. The 16 was really, really strong down at Bristol. Ricky's always strong, but Ricky's not here. But yeah, the 3 truck, they're all good. They're all good.
But he has the hometown advantage, guys. So we'll see how this plays out tonight. We wish you the best of luck, and back to you guys in the booth. All right, guys. I don't have Brian with me, but we are in front of his truck. Man, oh man, hearing him talk at the beginning of the race is hard because he's the hometown guy, but we have been told his brakes are gone, and this is the end of the road for him tonight. So they're saying that his brakes, he has just no brakes. Brian's in the chase vehicle. He's totally fine. He's not injured or anything like that, but this is the end of the road for him. So unfortunately, our one hometown guy, his journey ends right now here tonight, at Salem Speedway. So what a bummer for Brian. He's had such momentum. We do have updates on Mike Morgan. Mike Morgan's truck, it was a bunch of back-end damage. They have fixed it, and he will be returning to the race. Darren Profit, it's a game day decision. He said his front end, he's not sure, if his wheels are stable enough, but there was a lot of front-end wheel damage when he hit that wall during that last race here, and he's not sure yet, so he's got to give it a try to see. So TBD on him, but man, oh man, we've seen a lot of wall collisions tonight, and I think that's a lot to do with, dusting off these tires and getting back out here after such a long break. But thank goodness everyone's been safe and sound. Let's just hope now that this is the only person out for the feature, because man, oh man, does that hurt. So sending it back to you guys, but that's the update I have for you. I wish it was better news. Back to you guys.
And Brian Bair was doing everything he can to put on a good show here tonight.
Yep, they're towing the CAG truck away. That's the Keep America Great Trump 2020. Hopefully he can get in the pits and make repairs. Did he say he was going to be back in, or did we get a confirmation that he's out?
It looks like he is out, Brian Bair. I gotta say, that's a tough break for the Bird's Eye Bullet.
He was going to be my pick. It's obvious when he gets up in that high line how impressive he is. He was coming up, making time on the top 3 drivers. He was in 4th place, but he was certainly gaining on 3rd.
And one of the drivers that Danielle got to speak to earlier today was Marshall Davis, number 41. And here's exactly what he had to say during his talk with Danielle.
What's up, Bandit fans? I am here with one of our favorites, Mr. Marshall Davis. How you doing?
Doing great. Excited.
I mean, it's been a long time since we've seen each other. What have you been doing during lockdown?
Just work, trying to stay busy. Trying to make the time go faster, so we can get to racing.
It's a crazy time. Did you ever think when we left Bristol last year that it would be almost a year before you saw us again?
I would never imagine that, but here we are. So
Here we are. Thank goodness. I mean, this is down to the wire of what are we doing it? Are we not doing it? It's kind of been that way this whole season so far, right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so tell me, you know, almost a year this baby's been sitting quiet. How do you prep for this?
We just get in it and go. I mean, we really don't think a whole lot about it. We did a few changes to the truck. So, yeah, we're just going to get in and ride.
Get in and ride. I love that. And is there anyone, you know, we're missing a couple of our people that are normally up on the leaderboard with you because that's where you sit all season too, I might add. What do you think that means for you this season?
I don't know. I really enjoyed racing with the guys, you know. I mean, it kind of set the pace and everything and kind of pushed us to, you know, push a little harder. But we'll just have to see how it plays out. So.
And we're going to see how it plays out pretty much right now. All right, guys, back to you.
2 laps under our belt, trying to get number 3 under the books.
That is correct. Here we go to take the green flag. And we are racing at Salem once again. And Austin Hobby gets a little bit of a hop as we cross the start-finish line, but here we go into the turns, and Luke Whitmire's got the lead. Nice job by Luke Whitmire, but here comes Austin Hoppy gaining a little bit of ground on him as we head into turns 3 and 4. Luke Whitmire hangs on to his lead, but he's got Dr. Diesel right behind him. And we have 12 laps to go right here, coming onto the back straightaway. And Austin Hoppy again gains a little bit of ground. Gets pretty close to the back bumper there. I gotta say, for some reason, Austin Hoppy gains a little bit of ground once we go onto the back straightaway. Not sure if he gets a little bit more power or what it is.
Yeah, he's doing good coming off too. He's making a good run right there. He's getting in the throttle quick. Seems to be making up some ground, just like you said, whenever he jumps in the throttle coming off the turn.
Yes, and as we come to the start-finish line, it'll be 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go for Luke Whitmire, if he can just hold on for a little while longer. He has led every single lap so far, and we'll see if he can go all the way right here. Meanwhile, in the back, the 13 of Bob Mitchell looking to make a move on the 41 of Marshall Davis. Into turns 3 and 4, Marshall Davis has the advantage over him. As now we have 9 to go. And I have to say, I have been really impressed with Luke Whitmire tonight, doing everything he can to be victorious in the heats, in the shootouts, and now in the challenge races.
Austin seems to be as fast as him, might even be creeping up on him, but you know, he's going to have to pass him, it looks like, on the inside, and that's going to make it difficult. Right here's where you mentioned before, he seems to be able to power off that turn really well and makes up good time down the back stretch. Seems to gain on Luke Whitmire going down the back stretch there. That power's coming in for him.
Oh, I saw a couple of sparks coming out from underneath the 51. Not sure if the tires are rubbing off something or what it is, but I saw a few sparks right there. We'll see if Luke Whitmire can hold on to the lead. He's got 7 more laps to go.
The sparks might have been there all day. It's just getting a little darker where we can see them.
That is a possibility. And right now, 6 laps to go for Luke Whitmire. And look at Austin Hoppy. He is really gaining ground on Luke Whitmire now. And here is where he gains some ground. Here he goes. Austin Hoppy, he shoots to the inside and he takes the lead. But now can he hold on to it?
The crowd really went wild as they're watching this race. They know what's going on. Listen to the crowd.
The crowd is on their feet for Austin Hoppy, and we'll see if he can hold on for 5 more laps. Here we go into turns 3 and 4.
He's pulling away from Luke. He's looking good as long as he can hit his marks just right.
Yeah, so far things are looking good for Austin Hoppy right here. 4 more laps. I gotta say, it's definitely great to see Austin Hoppy out front, and look at all that black smoke coming out from him. That shows just how hard he is driving that number 66. And now we have 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go, and meanwhile, the 7 of John Lisenby, he's got Brian Cash right behind him. That's a battle for 3rd and 4th. We'll see if Cash Money can do something with the 7. Here we go, 2 laps to go. Does Luke Whitmire have anything for Austin Hoppy? As they entered the back straightaway, it looked like Luke Whitmire gained just a little bit of ground, but then Austin Hoppy managed to pull away. And here comes the white flag. 1 lap to go. Final challenge race of the night. We'll see if Austin Hoppy can hit his mark. Onto the back straightaway, but here comes Luke Whitmire. He is charging right there on the outside. Does he have anything for him on this last lap? Here he goes. He's right there on his bumper. Here he goes to the inside. Can he do it? No! Austin Hoppy holds him off. He wins challenge number 2. Luke Whitmire comes in 2nd. 3rd place is going to go to John Lisenby, number 7, followed by Brian Cash. And here comes Marshall Davis and Bob Mitchell to round out the field. What a great race that was.
I actually thought when Austin Hoppy passed Luke, he would be able to pull away from him, but Luke said not today. He tried to make a run at him, but come up just a little bit short. Had a fan actually text in and said, "Hey man, wasn't you listening to the your interviewer down there? The reason that the Bird's Eye Bullet fell out of the race, he lost his brakes." Danielle talked about it down there, but I wasn't listening. I was doing something else.
Yeah, congratulations to Austin Hoppy, and right now we're going to send it on down to Danielle. Take it away.
Thank you, guys. I am down here with challenge race winner number 1, Randy Briggs, the 2020 new and improved Randy Briggs, because I just told him I have never seen this man drive the way he's been driving today. There is just like, you came out like a bat out of hell.
Well, it's like everybody else in the world, Dee. I've been locked up for too long. That's what it is. And we got out here with this great crowd. Beautiful evening here in Salem. Michael Caesar gave me a great truck, so we're having a good time.
You guys are killing it. I feel like you've been in a mix. You've almost been in a wall. You almost put people in a wall. How are you feeling? How do you stay calm during those?
Well, I definitely don't want to put anybody in the wall, that's for sure. And I'm assure you Michael Caesar don't want his truck in the wall, so we'll see what happens.
Michael Caesar is literally watching us right there, okay? No trucks going in the wall. We swear, we swear. How you feeling going into the feature?
Pretty confident, really. I haven't felt like this, and you're right. We found some things with the truck, and it's going pretty good. And State Tractor, they stepped up. My work stepped up and said, hey, go down there and do the best you can for us. And Dale family, thank you. So have a good time.
I mean, he's here. You want to shout out anyone else while you're on here to say hi to anyone?
Wyatt, Emmett, my family back home in Kansas City, thank you. Dale family, thank you. State Tractor Trucking, Kansas City, they paid the bills, so got to thank them.
All right, guys, and anyone you're kind of gunning for?
It's tough. You know all these guys are really good, Dee. A lot of people maybe don't even know this. 9 winners in 10 races last year was a big deal. Anybody can win. I hope it's us this week.
All right, guys, let's hope it's him. I'm going to let him get ready for this feature. Keep going, man. It's fun to watch. Back to you guys in the booth.
I gotta say, I'm still a little spent after watching that challenge race, if you ask me.
That's right. There was a lot of action in it. Austin Hoppy, showed out. Good win for Austin. He made some impressive passes in that race, and most of the guys have passed on the outside. They've got up against the wall, but he made an impressive pass down on the inside. But I couldn't believe Luke Whitmire didn't roll over.
Yes, and now we understand that Danielle is down there with Austin Hoppy right now. Take it away, Danielle.
Yes, I'm here with a hardworking, very deserving winner of challenge number 2, Austin Hoppy. How does it feel?
It feels excellent. Today was a great day. It's only a challenge race, but we've had a couple breakdowns with everybody else. We're just all trying to have a good time here.
It seems like from watching, you're usually a pretty aggressive driver, but I feel like you kind of upped the ante today. You seem a little bit more aggressive. Is that a strategy?
I've maybe, studying a little bit during COVID here. So, we made a couple adjustments to the truck, and that helped out tremendously. The engine's doing excellent. And it's always good to beat Luke. Me and him always have a battle back and forth. Last year we were both rookies, and he beat me by 1 point. So anytime I can beat him, we always try to do it.
You're just trying to get a really good head start right off the jump, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think I got a caution for that too.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
I was a little bit more ready than Luke. I was ready to win. He wasn't.
Okay, Luke, we're sorry. I did not condone this approval or anything of this message. Okay, so what are you doing now? Just fixing your tires, switching them out for the feature?
We're gonna put fuel in and the tire have a fresh tire for the feature, and so hopefully we should be set. I'm not gonna touch anything on it. It's handling good. As rough as this track is, it's one of my favorites. So.
Any eyes on anyone specific now for this feature?
No, to be completely honest, it was actually just nice to be back with everybody, after 10 months off or whatever, to see everyone, see what's going on, this and that. So we're not out for blood until that green flag goes down.
But the feature would be awfully nice, wouldn't it?
It would be nice.
All right, guys, I'm going to let him get back. He literally was doing his tire change while I interrupted him. So get back to that. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you very much, Danielle. And here's a look at how our feature race is going to go. The lineup is being determined by luck of the draw. One lucky fan will draw cards from our luck of the draw card deck, and each card has a driver's name and number, and the order drawn determines the lineup order for the feature race. So we're going to be finding out momentarily who is going to be starting where, and no matter how the field starts up, it's going to be wild nonetheless.
Sounds like they're getting close. I believe we got PT down there getting close, but it doesn't matter where you finish in the heat race. It doesn't matter where you qualify, where the challenge race finish is. We're going to turn it over to the fans and let them pick. And a lot of race series will invert their top 4, their top 6, their top 8. But with the Bandit series, it's the luck of the draw.
Yeah, I'm currently looking out into the fans right now, and the Godfather, Craig Kruckenberg, he has ridden a golf cart to the flag stand right there from what it looks like. Looks like he wanted to wave to the fans right there. And, nobody loves the fans, the Bandit Big Rig Series fans, more than the Godfather, Craig Kruckenberg. And here's a look at the track right now. The sun has set. It is nearly dark out. And we're going to be going 30 laps here with the Bandit Big Rig Series.
As soon as we figure out the lineup.
Yeah, we're absolutely good to go for the old lineup right here, luck of the draw. And we've got a little lady here, and your name is?
Carmen.
Carmen, and Carmen's going to help us. Everybody say hi, Carmen. All right, so here's how it works. As we mentioned to the viewers at home, a lot of races will do an inversion here with the main feature. The Bandit series, we want to go a little bit more wild, okay? So we picked the feature by just doing a luck of the draw, okay? So Carmen, what you're going to do is you're going to grab a card with a number on there. We don't know who it is, and then that's going to be the last person, and then you're going to keep drawing, and the last card you draw is going to be the pole position for the starting point, okay? Lot of pressure, but I think you can do it. You can crush it, okay? Are you ready? Okay, Carmen's ready. You tell everybody at home, you say, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go, Carmen. Grab it. Here we go. Grab one right there, whatever you got. Show it to the crowd or show it to the camera. 66, Austin Hoppy is in the back spot. Wow. Dr. Diesel, there you go. Grab whatever one. You can just leave it out. She can just grab it. You just keep grabbing, okay, Carmen? Just keep grabbing. There you go. 13, then Bob Mitchell, the Iceman. Keep drawing them there. Carmen doing a great job. One at a time. 88, Mike Morgan, Mac Vader. Carmen, keep drawing. You're doing a great job. Even Grandma's over here. Carmen's here with the whole family. 45 right there. 45, that's Brian Bayer. Not sure if he's going to be back for the feature. Hopefully he is. 4, that's Scott Treadway. Lightning did a great job during the shootouts. Carmen's crushing it with the numbers. Here we go. 69, that's Art Gruska, the Polish madman. I don't know, I made it up right now. Grandma, you like that one or no? 41, Marshall Davis, Pigpen. Come on now, Carmen, doing a great job. Yep, one at a time, loving it. 51, there you go. 51. 46, Brian Cash. 51, Luke Whitmire. And then Brian Cash, they actually ride together, same team. There's Alan Bowles, number 3, Turbo. And 27, that's Darren Moe. Darren Moe Prophet, 63. There's Trevor Kirkeberg. 7, Redbeard, John Lisenby, the Godfather. Down to the final 2, 54, the Snowman, Tyler Kirkeberg, and the number 1 spot, Randy Briggs is in that lead spot. Wow. There's the luck of the draw. 30 laps. Randy Briggs in the lead. Austin Hoppy in the back tail spot. Can you believe that? It's going to be awesome. Stick around.
All right, thank you very much, PT. Yes, we will be getting ready for driver introductions here. And how about that? Randy Briggs and Tyler Kruckeberg, they will be the 2 on the front row. So that will be an interesting start to the first ever 30-lap feature for the Bandit Big Rig Series in 2020. We've had a lot of great racing action all throughout the night, and it's only going to get better from this point out.
Yeah, one of the big things is going to be if Brian Bear, if he can get those brakes fixed. He may not be able to. We'll just have to see.
Yes, we will have to wait and see. Meanwhile, the fans are being asked if they want t-shirts, and the fans are on their feet right now. The fans are loving everything they're seeing right now. They have been on fire all night long.
What was the last one that he pulled?
The last one that he pulled. The last one that he pulled.
The back.
In the back row, it'll be the 66 of Austin Hoppy and the 13 of Bob Mitchell. So Austin Hoppy, he's going to have his work cut out for him after winning that challenge.
So when you do the interviews, are you going to go from the back of the field to the front?
Yeah. I will be introducing the drivers from the back and all the way to the front.
And the only question that we may have is hoping that the Bird's Eye Bullet will be able to get those brakes fixed and get back in the race.
Yeah, it would be such a shame if he is unable to make it. And right now, all the fans are waiting for it. And right now, as you see right there on the golf cart, that is Big Phil. You know, he's one of the greatest guys you'll meet out here in the Bandit Big Rig Series. He always helps out with Craig Kruckeberg and all of his trucks. And his son, Tristan, just had a birthday earlier today. So, Tristan, if you're watching, we want to say happy birthday to you and hope things are good for you, man. Yeah, and also Craig Kruckeberg celebrated a birthday a couple of days ago, so you know the Godfather is going to be looking for a main feature victory to celebrate his birthday. So we'll see if he can pull it off.
All right, Adam, who do you think is going to pull away? Let's see, with a rundown that we've got, the guys that's closest to the front obviously have the advantage. You know, you got the Godfather up there in row 2.
Yeah. I would have to give the advantage to number 16, Randy Briggs. He has been fast all day long, and with him being out front, I would have to say he has a good chance of leading every single lap if he gets the chance.
That's right. Tyler Kruckeberg has looked impressive in a few spots tonight. He's right there on the front row with Randy Briggs. But yeah, I believe you're right. Randy Briggs should have the advantage at the very beginning. I'm still pulling for the I still think the Bird's Eye Bullet is the favorite if we can get those brakes fixed. I'm not sure if he needs brakes, right?
Yeah, Brian Bayer is no joke. He knows this track better than anybody else in the Bandit Big Rig Series. He's a 2-time track champion here, and he knows how to get things done at this track. And right now, we're waiting to make sure that everything is good to go with the Bandit Big Rig Series. Here's a look at our air dog cam that is on board. We believe it is the Godfather, Craig Kruckeberg, number 55. Yes, that is Craig Kruckeberg, number 55. And now we're getting ready for driver intros. Yeah. We're going to be bringing our drivers out into the field.
I've got a fan that just texted me now and said Briggs. Said they're going with Briggs. He's looked good all night. that was impressive what he did in some of those in the challenge and the heat races. He's up there close to the front. He's not going to have to wear his stuff out trying to make some moves. He's just got to be smooth and stay up against the wall, and he seems to be able to do that. So that fan may be correct.
Yeah, and also as we're taking a look at this shot right here, you see the number 51 of Luke Whitmire. He is someone that has also been making some noise here tonight. Luke Whitmire has been on a roll, and if he can get to the front, I would definitely want to keep my eye on him. He's got a good chance of winning this race as well, as does both Marshall Davis in the 41 and the 7 of John Lisenby. But so far, this entire night has been unforgettable, and what a way to start off the new season for the Bandit Big Rig Series. Great racing action all night long in the heats, the challenge, great side-by-side racing in the Bandit Shootout, and now we're waiting to see what the 30-lap feature is going to give us.
Looks like we've got some welding going on, actually. The shot we've got on the camera right here in the 51. They're attempting to reinforce something on that 51. Not sure what broke. Could be anything.
Yeah, we're not entirely sure what it is, but hopefully Luke Whitmire is going to be able to keep racing in this 30-lap feature. And it also would be a bummer if he is unable to miss it. But also, as we wait for the Bandit Big Rig Series 30-lap feature, we also want to take this time to recognize once again one of our great sponsors that are supporting this race here, and that is Sherwin-Williams. Sherwin-Williams is hiring both company drivers and contracting owner-operators. You can call 1-855-SW-ROAD-1 for more information. Equal opportunity employer, both disability and veteran. So we thank Sherwin-Williams for coming on board and sponsoring this race here tonight. And we also want to thank you, the fans, for coming out here. To thank the fans to come out here at Salem Speedway. It's been a great night, and we have had a tremendous crowd. These people love the racing that they're seeing, and we hope all of you at home have been enjoying all the action that you have seen tonight.
They do a pretty sneaky thing here at Salem. They've got a full crowd, and then they also have the food is so good. People are lined up for 100 yards back here in 2 lines trying to get some of this food. Great atmosphere, fun, family entertainment. Whenever you have a Bandit race coming to your area, be sure and do everything you can to see this live.
And there's a look at the number 16 of Randy Briggs. He will be starting in the number 1 position. And I gotta say, he is definitely a great guy to watch each and every time.
In that shot right there, you can see that right front tire, that metal cap that they put on those trucks. You know, typically any tractor trailer truck you see on the interstate has the lug nuts. Some guys even run spikes, you know, covering those lug nuts. You can't do that in the Bandit series. If you get those spikes up against that concrete wall, you're going to shear all them studs off. So that's one of the things that they do. They actually put them on the inside too, but mainly the outside is so that whenever it bounces off the wall, it won't shear those lug nuts off. But they also cover the left sides too. Now we see some damage, you know, from Luke Whitmire hitting the wall earlier with that fender, but they're not worried about that little crack in his fender. They're worried about something inside. Maybe welding on his roll cage. Looks like that's actually Luke inside the truck. He's got the welding helmet on. He's the one that's actually doing the welding in there.
Yeah, not only are these guys Bandit Big Rig Series drivers, they're also crew members as well. So Luke Whitmire is all hands on, looking to make sure that everything inside that truck is good to go.
He was welding something up under his dash. That was his dash that he puts over the front right there. So not sure what it was, but we'll see if we can get Danielle down there to see what Luke's doing inside that truck. We've got the tow trucks starting to pull on the front, getting ready for the parade lap.
Yes, they are. We got the tow trucks out here. They're coming by the start-finish line. They will be with the drivers as they take the parade lap. And another thing that we're going to be doing prior to the 30-lap feature is the 3-wide salute, which is always something that is cool to see, and you can only see it in the Bandit Big Rig Series.
3 wide in tractor trailer trucks is pretty impressive on a small half-mile track.
Yes, indeed. And you know, we have a lot of history at this track. A lot of great drivers have raced out here, including Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon. And I believe at one point, Tony Stewart actually flipped at Salem Speedway one time several years ago. And right now, we see Danielle is down there. We're going to see if she can get a word with Luke Whitmire or with one of his crew members. See if we can find out what's going on in there.
Great job, Danielle. She's running around. She's doing a good job in the pits tonight. We'll get word here in just a second. Hey, toss it to Danielle.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. It looks like she may have gotten a few words with Luke Whitmire.
Okay.
And we understand that Danielle is ready, so we're going to send it on down to her, and it looks like she's with a crew member for Luke Whitmire. Take it away, Danielle.
Yes, I got Jordan. You can run and grab that. Go ahead. It's okay. Oh, yeah. I got Jordan over here from Luke's Team Luke. He's going to fill us in on what's going on in the truck.
Basically, the steering completely broke, so it was like basically flying an airplane. Your steering's just doing this up and down, and that's why we didn't win that last race, Hoppy, just to let you know that. But
because he definitely had some things to say.
Yeah, we'll get him on this one. But the steering completely broke, so we had to retighten the bolts, and we just got in there and we just welded it solid. We were tired of messing with it. Hey, we're gonna win the big race tonight, so.
So he's good. He's going back in.
We're going back in. Yeah, we're welded up.
You guys, I love it.
So we don't mess around with this team here.
This is a team of heart, you guys. I have to say, I love this team. Okay, I'm gonna let him get ready. My man, you got this. I think you deserve it now. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
All right. Good
I
luck.
won the challenge. If my steering hadn't have broke, I let Hoppy around just because I scared I was gonna hit the wall.
And you know, Hoppy, of course, had something to say about that. I told him I did not condone the smack talk.
I hadn't talked to him. I hadn't heard no smack yet, but
you will.
See.
You will.
Well,
But it's not over.
I let him around me because my steering wheel literally broke. It went from here to here.
What do you do when something like that happens?
You keep steering it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't even imagine. All right. Well, you feel good now?
Yeah, I believe we got her fixed. We're gonna try it again.
Yes. All right. Good luck, my man. You guys, let's let him get back there. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you very much, Danielle. And that's just a testament to how hard Luke Whitmire has been driving all night long.
He's got a 13,000-pound truck, and the steering wheel isn't staying secure, and so he's moving it around like an airplane. And I believe him. If he said he let Austin Hoppy around, he did. Now, what did he do? And then he almost passed him back. So was he holding it with his knees? He did something. He decided to get back up there and tried to pass him back.
Yeah.
We got some trucks starting to move. No, I thought they was fixing to start pulling out. We're going to get the feature underway here shortly.
Yes, indeed. And you know, we hope that you fans have been enjoying the racing action all night long here. And a reminder, you can follow the Bandit Big Rig Series on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. You can follow them on the Bandit YouTube page, and you can share it with all of your friends. And this type of action is something you have to see in order to believe.
Yeah, you're getting a little taste of it. The crew's doing a good job showing you in-car footage during the race, certain angles. We've got Danielle running up and down, the pit area. But if you have a Bandit race come to your local area, you need to make every effort to come out and watch these giant beasts make it around the asphalt track. Danielle's done moved around again, Adam.
Yes, Danielle is down there, and we believe that she is. Yes, she is working her way down there.
You actually saw her in the shot right there.
Yeah, she's going to see if she can get a word with another driver here. It looks like she's going to try the 4 of Scott Treadway. Let's see. Yeah, no, actually it looks like she's going to try the 27 of Darren Profit from what it looks like.
These guys are actually, buckling up, getting ready to pull out here for the feature race. So she may not be able to. She climbed up on the side of the truck.
Yes, she is down there with the 27 of Darren Profit. So let's see if Danielle can get a word in with him. Little D.
Hi guys, I'm here with Darren Darren Profit, you know they are about to line up here for this feature race, but I wanted to talk to Darren because Darren had to do a bunch of work on his truck after he hit that wall. How are you feeling about everything? You're back in.
I've got tires back on it. I think it may have knocked it out of line, but we're going to go race and give it crap.
Yeah. Do you feel confident? You feel like you got this?
Oh, yeah. It's luck. At this point, it's luck. You know, if you find a hole, we're going to shoot through it and give the people their money's worth.
I mean, you started this day out like a bolt of lightning. I have to say, I never saw you drive that fast. So you should feel pretty confident because this truck seems like it's really going for you. It's
I think it's doing better than me at this point. If everybody else would slow down and not make it so hard to pass, I think I'd do better, but we're going to try.
I think you just need to pull ahead of everyone right away and just take a nice, easy Sunday drive, right?
That's what everybody wants to do, though, but...
My faith is with you guys. I mean, you've been through a bunch. You got the truck back. You know, there's a reason for it. We wish you the best. To let him line up. Good luck to you.
We're here for fun, and we're having a ball. Hope everybody else is, too.
Oh, this crowd has been going, they're electric. And our fans at home, I know you guys are loving this. All right, I'm going to let you line up. Good luck to you, Mike. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got our drivers. They're starting to line up right here. They're starting to make their way to the front, and here's a look. You see right there on the right of your screen there, that is Tyler Kruckeberg. He is one of the drivers starting on the front row, and coming up right behind him is the 7 of John Lisenby.
I'm anxious to see if the Bird's Eye Bullet is going to pull out, so I'm watching close. We'll just have to skip him whenever we get to the introduction if his truck doesn't move.
Yes, we will. And right now we see the number 51 of Luke Whitmire. He is starting to move right now. So Luke Whitmire is back and ready to go. And I am interested to see what is going to be happening when we go green flag racing out here in the 30-lap feature. And yeah, there you see it, John Lisenby right there. John Lisenby is right there behind Tyler Kruckeberg. And we got some, and let's take a look at some of the other great drivers we have in this field. The 27 of Darren Profit, who you just heard from earlier. Darren Profit, you know, a year ago, at the last time we raced in the Bandit Big Rig Series at Salem, he ended up crashing in the 30-lap feature, so he is seeking some redemption here tonight. And rolling out onto the field is the 51 of Luke. There's Luke Whitmire, and it looks like that's Marshall Davis, number 41, rolling out as well. Marshall Davis been putting on a great show as well. But to me, the one person I'm keeping my eye on is the 16 of Randy Briggs. He's been fast in practice and in qualifying, and now he's going to be starting in the front row on the 30-lap feature. And you know, ladies and gentlemen,
we've got enough trucks out there if you want to do the introductions from the front to the back.
Yes.
No, we've only got 2. Let's give it a little more time, Adam.
All right. And we thank you, the fans, for sticking with us right here. I promise you, once these trucks get going, it is going to be an unforgettable show. They have proven that each and every night. And with Tyler Kruckeberg and Randy Briggs on the front row, I can't even begin to imagine what's going to happen.
You know, and the pay window opens toward the end of this race, and what we've been watching so far is kind of bragging rights and everybody just doing their best to put on as good a show as they can. But there'll be a little bit of money on the line now.
Yes, indeed. And you know, we talked about one of our newcomers driving the number 69 from Poland, Art Gruska. Art Gruska has been doing a tremendous job at staying with it. And one of the sponsors he has on his car is Green APU. I got to speak to the sales manager, Greg, earlier today, and I gotta say, Greg is definitely thrilled to be here with the Bandit Big Rig Series, as is Art.
That stands for Auxiliary Power Unit, green APU. It's a green way to have an auxiliary backup. They've actually got a distributor in Birmingham. So where me and Adam are live close to, Birmingham, Alabama. And believe it or not, Adam's from Alabama also. I know I sound like I am, but Adam's from Alabama also. But one of the distributors for green APU is in Birmingham. They live, they're headquartered in Chicago. They've got a big distributor in Nashville. They've got one in Birmingham, and sounds like it's a brand new company that's just now expanding. More trucks are starting to line up. Man, Adam, it's getting close. We've got our tow trucks out there with their flashing lights on, getting ready for...
Yeah, and there's a look at the 7 of John Lisenby out there. He ended off the 2019 season with a victory and an emotional victory lane speech, winning at the historic Bristol Motor Speedway. And there's Tyler Kruckeberg in the 54, making his return, he and Trevor, for the first time in 3 years. And there's Randy Briggs, number 16, right alongside of him. Randy Briggs has made it to the front with Tyler Kruckeberg. And we got our last couple of trucks getting ready to head for driver introductions.
Pulling these big trucks around, they're going to get everybody lined up, and then Adam will take you through the field.
Yes, we will. We will be starting at the rear of the field, and then we're going to work our way up to the front. And while we're waiting, I would like to thank the fans of Salem Speedway for being on fire all night long. They have been a tremendous crowd. And also to all the people who purchased this, it was definitely worth the $9.99 purchase. And with the 30 lap feature coming up, I can't begin to imagine what's going to happen. And right now, the Godfather, Craig Kruckeberg, he is working his way out onto the track. Here's a look at our air dog cam. Craig Kruckeberg. So you're going to be seeing everything that he's going to be seeing as we ride on board with the Godfather. So we thank AirDog for sponsoring this onboard camera angle. And I know that Craig Kruckeberg is itching for a win each and every time he comes out, but I don't think he has ever wanted to win any more than this weekend, given the fact that his birthday was just a couple of days ago, and now he has an opportunity to win in the first ever feature race of 2020.
Why don't you go ahead and ask the crowd if they're ready for you to introduce them to the giants of asphalt? See if the crowd's ready.
Yes, I'm going to ask the crowd right here and right now if they're ready. All right, Salem Speedway, are you ready to meet the stars of the Bandit Big Rig Series? Come on, Salem, are you ready to meet the stars of the Bandit Big Rig Series? All right, let's take you through the field. First off, in the number 66 Sterling, sponsored by Dr. Diesel Service, Food Liner, Mitchell Motorcycle Transport, Elderon, and Big Rig Chrome Shop, and the Livin' Foundation, let's hear it for Dr. Diesel, Austin Hoppy. And right alongside him, driving the number 13 from Waupun, Wisconsin, in the number 13 Freightliner, sponsored by Dr. Diesel Service, Food Liner, Mitchell Motorcycle Transport, Elderon, Truck Country, Big Rig Chrome Shop, and the Livin' Foundation. He is known as the Iceman, number 13, Bob Mitchell. Next up, in the number 88 from Wartrace, Tennessee, the number 88 Mac Vader, sponsored by Win Truck Parts and Equipment, BMT, Steve Nash Trucking, Dex Truck Parts, Helbin Express, RD Trucking, Jones Performance Products. He is known as the Black Dog number 88, Mike Morgan. Next up, from Marshall, North Carolina, in the number 4 Peterbilt, sponsored by Airworks, NMF, ArcLight Fabrication Company, Pepsi, General Truck Parts, Pete's Store, and AAA, number 4, Scott Treadway. And next up, in the number 69, he comes to us all the way from Poland, the number 69 Freightliner, sponsored by Action Truck Parts, Green APU, Gruszka. Next up, in the number 41 Peterbilt, sponsored by Big and Nuts, General Truck Parts, Jupiter Enterprises, Pepsi, NMF, and the Pete Store, from Mars Hill, North Carolina, they call him Pigpen, Marshall Davis. From Arden, North Carolina, in the number 51 Max, sponsored by Turf Mountain Sod, Whiskey Throttle Customs, Whitmire Trucking, Carolina Cat, Brian Cash Trucking, NMF, and All Balls Performance, number 51, Luke Whitmire. Next up, in the number 46 Mac, from Lake Toxaway, North Carolina, sponsored by Turf Mountain Sod, Whiskey Throttle Customs, Whitmire Trucking, Carolina Cat, Brian Cash Trucking, All Balls Performance, and NMF, Brian Cash. Next up, in the number 3 Peterbilt, sponsored by Jupiter Enterprises, Pete Store, Airworks, Borge Warner, Thompson Cat, Pepsi, General Truck Parts, the man they call Turbo, from Weaverville, North Carolina, Alan Bowles. Next up, in the number 27 Peterbilt, sponsored by Profit Paving, Sam Gaps Motorsports, from Mars Hill, North Carolina, they call him Mo Darren Profit. Making his return after 3 years, in the number 63 Peterbilt, sponsored by Kruckeberg Services, Steiner, Kick Marketing, and Kruckeberg Industries, from Blooming Prairie, Minnesota, Trevor Kruckeberg. Next up, in the number 7, sponsored by NMF, Pete Store, Minimizer, Jupiter Motorsports, Pepsi, and General Truck Parts, the man they call Redbeard, John Lisenby. In the number 55 Ford L9000, from Blooming Prairie, Minnesota, sponsored by Steiner, Robin Kruckeberg, and Kentucky Oil and Filter, he is the Godfather, Craig Kruckeberg. And now, here are your 2 drivers on the front row. From Blooming Prairie, Minnesota, in the number 54 Kenworth, sponsored by Kick Marketing, Bliss Beauty, Cody Slowinski Trucking, Steiner MLT, Kruckeberg Services, and Kruckeberg Industries, the Snowman, Tyler Kruckeberg. And last but simply not least, in the number 16 Volvo, from Kansas City, Kansas, sponsored by Tuffner Weighing Systems, Caesars Truck Racing, Joe's Repair Services, Inc., B Visuals, Go NMF, State Tractor, Arsenal Tire Solutions, and Cobra Tech Knives. He was fast in practice and qualifying all night long. Let's hear it for number 16, Randy Briggs. All right, Salem Speedway, that is your starting lineup for the Bandit Big Rig Series. If you're ready for the 30-lap feature, let me hear you make some noise. Come on, Salem Speedway. It's the first feature race of 2020 in the Bandit Big Rig Series. If you're ready for this 30-lap feature, let me hear you make some noise. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The introductions for the lineup. So sadly, Brian Bayer was not able to make it.
I kept watching. I was watching him in the pits, and I was holding his card there. I was going to hand it to you. We was going to hear the crowd erupt if he would have come back onto the track right there. But it must not have got his brakes fixed. So I guess you do need brakes if you're going to race a 12,000-pound truck.
Yep, there you have it.
They should get rolling here shortly. This is whenever Adam talked about earlier. They're going to do the 3-wide salute. That'll be for the fans. It's about time to get ready for what we came from, the 30-lap feature.
Yes, we are. With Randy Briggs and Tyler Kruckenberg leading us off, and there's the tow truck. They're going to be leading off the Bandits as well. And then once they get rolling, we'll get ready for a 3-wide salute to all these great fans who have been showing their support and have been on fire all night long.
We got a good crowd tonight. Everybody's ready for some big rig Bandit action.
And you know, with all the fans that have been out here tonight, I even heard from one person. One person told me that while we were still racing, there were lines of people still coming in, and it was the length of a football field, from what I understand. Or at least that's what he told me.
They got in though. They're ready to watch. This is what they came for, the 30-lap feature.
Yes, indeed. So now the trucks are ready to go. And I gotta tell you, the one thing that I'm going to be interested to see when I go back and watch this is seeing what kind of images the Godfather is going to be seeing during the main. Because as we mentioned, you see right there, he's going to be carrying the Air Dog cam.
Hey, look here, Adam. Since Bayer is out, Bayer is actually going to be driving the 69 instead of...
Yeah, we just received word that Brian Bayer is in the 69.
I heard the crowd yell a little while ago. I think PT was actually making that announcement that the hometown favorite is in that number 69 truck. That was the truck he ran. I think it was a 4th place finish, or he was about to run down for 4th place. So the hometown hero is in this race, driving the 69.
Well, that is definitely great news to hear. The crowd has been reminded of that, and they are definitely on their feet, so that definitely makes them happy. So we'll see how Brian Bayer does driving that number 69, considering Art Grushka has been driving it all night long.
Yeah, I had a fan actually text me, Adam, and give me that little tidbit of information. So we're finding out stuff from the fans.
Yeah, so that is definitely great news to hear, and the fans are definitely loving it right now. So now that that's all taken care of, all right. Yeah, a fan was just taking a selfie right now with us in the background. Yeah, as the fans are on their feet and they are loving what they're seeing. Yeah. While the trucks were going around, a fan was taking a selfie and was getting us in the shot, so we gave a little pose to him. So, so hopefully this guy's having a great time here at Salem Speedway. And now here we go, the 3-wide salute. This is always fun to see, no matter where we are. At Salem, at Bristol, at Hickory, no matter where it is, this is always fun to see.
Hey, we get information pretty much any way we can to tell you, the fans, what all's going on. I actually got that last heads up from Robin Kruckenberg. She's watching the show from home.
Yeah.
She sent me a text to let me and you know, since apparently we was one of the last ones to find out.
Yeah, we got that information right as driver intros were going on, so we apologize to all you viewers at home. But meanwhile, here's the 3-wide salute. And listen to these fans just come alive as these drivers come on by.
I believe the fans are ready.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe bet to make. So now the 30-lap feature is about to begin, and here's another thing. Once we drop the green flag, fireworks are going to be going off, and that's always something cool to see.
You're talking about real fireworks, right?
Yes, actual fireworks.
Oh, okay.
Actual fireworks.
Okay. The trucks are getting back in their double file, and we'll come on around. The parade trucks, the tow trucks are actually diving into the pits. I think we'll get one to go at the line.
Yeah, let's see. Yes, we are getting the one to go. This is the moment we have all been waiting for, fans.
Waiting 10 months.
10 months we've been waiting for this, as Randy Briggs and Tyler Kruckeberg are going to lead us off. Oh, man. I just hope our hearts are going to be able to take this restart, because we've had great excitement all night long. So now, here we go.
Man, that's a great shot.
Yeah, there's a look at what Craig Kruckeberg is seeing as we get ready to take the green. Here they come off turns 3 and 4. Waiting for the green flag to wave, and there it goes. Green flag, we are racing, and there go the fireworks. And into turn number 1, who's got the advantage? It's Randy Briggs. Randy Briggs is out in front, and the Godfather moves up into second place. The Godfather in second, but he's got his son Tyler right behind him, as well as the 27 of Darren Prophet. But Randy Briggs is out in front. Whoa, hold on. Darren Prophet, number 27, he gets loose off turn 4, but he saves it.
We did complete a lap. Lap 1 is in the books.
Yes. First lap completed in the first 30-lap main. And there's Darren Prophet side by side with the 4 of Scott Treadway, as the 16 of Randy Briggs continues to lead, but the Godfather is right there behind him.
He's hanging with him. I really thought Randy Briggs would get out to a comfortable lead, but the Godfather super shot right there with his in-truck camera.
Yes.
Looking right out that windshield.
Yes, he is. And right behind Craig Kruckeberg is John Lisenby, who won the final feature of 2019. He's looking to find a way around the Godfather, and also making some moves is the 66 of Austin Hoppy. He started at the rear of the field, and now he's trying to work his way up. And meanwhile, the Godfather, he's got a move. He's got a battle with John Lisenby. Side by side, Redbeard and the Godfather for second and third. And on the right side of your screen, this is what Craig is seeing. Man, what a battle this is turning out to be. Meanwhile, Randy Briggs continues to lead every lap so far. And Tyler Kruckeberg, he's got his hands full right now, as he is in a battle right now.
Redbeard has made the pass.
Yes, John Lisenby now up into second place. And the 69 now being driven by Brian Bayer. He's side by side with Marshall Davis. And now he's got the advantage into turns 3 and 4. Great racing action happening all around this track. And there's Darren Prophet in the 27 trying to get around Brian Cash, number 46. And up front, Randy Briggs continues to lead.
I think Prophet, just squeezed up in front of him.
Yes, Darren Prophet just got in front of Brian Cash. So now we'll see if Darren Prophet can now get around Tyler Kruckeberg in the 54. That is a battle for a top 5 position. Darren Prophet, here he goes to the inside. Darren Prophet looking to make a pass on Tyler Kruckeberg. That is for 5th place, and it looks like, yes, he's going to get it. And there's the 88 of Mike Morgan. Whoa! Contact between Mike Morgan and Brian Cash, but Brian is able to save it. Wow!
Mike Morgan is able to save it also. Both of them wrecked. They just kept going.
Yes. And there goes Austin Hoppy past Scott Treadway. Nice job there by Austin Hoppy.
Lap 8.
Yeah, 8 laps completed. We have 22 laps to go. And meanwhile, Randy Briggs continues to lead. And here's the battle between Mike Morgan and Scott Treadway heating up again. Who will get the advantage as we head to the turn right here and head to the start-finish line?
Mike Morgan's got that outside line. That momentum comes off the turn 1, makes the pass.
Nice job by Mike Morgan. Nicely done. And now 10 laps completed. Randy Briggs has the lead, but he knows that John Lisenby is there behind him. Meanwhile, in turns 3 and 4, side by side, Brian Cash and Mike Morgan with Scott Treadway right behind them. And here comes Scott Treadway to the inside of Brian Cash. Scott Treadway, let's see if he can clear him right here. Yes, he will.
With that eagle and that American flag on the front of that truck, it's a good-looking truck.
Yes, indeed. Scott Treadway doing a great job right now. And now we're riding on board on the right side of your screen with the Godfather, Craig Kruckeberg.
He's showing us the leaders. There's first and second place. Craig running in third.
Yeah, we'll see what's going to happen because we're 3 laps away from the halfway mark. And once we get past that mark, I can only imagine that things are going to get even crazier. As right now, coming off turn number 4, the 69 of Brian Bayer, he passes the 46 of Brian Cash.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yes, and now Randy Briggs is coming up on lap traffic. Here he comes up on the 13 of Bob Mitchell. Lap traffic could play a factor here, and that might work to John Lisenby's advantage because some of these guys, you know, like they're doing everything they can to stay on the lead lap because they don't know when a caution's going to come out. And now the next truck in line for Randy Briggs to lap. It looks like it's the 3 of Alan Bowles.
Actually, a heat race winner earlier today, and now he's in trouble going down the lap. Randy Briggs is really putting some hot laps out there.
And you know, Randy Briggs is definitely a great driver no matter what he's driving. He actually ran a what is now called an Xfinity race years ago at Bristol. So Randy Briggs knows what it's like to race in a big show. And right now, Randy Briggs is showing what that 16 truck is capable of. As right now, we're seeing a great battle between the 63 of Trevor Kruckeberg. Oh, and look at this. Here we go. Randy Briggs gets around the 3 of Alan Bowles with no trouble at all. And next in front of him, looks like it's the 41 of Marshall Davis and Trevor Kruckeberg right in front of him.
16 laps completed. We're past the halfway point, 14 to go.
Yes, and not many people have led every single lap in the Bandit Big Rig Series. That's a rare feat to accomplish.
I think we saw Darren Profit do it.
Yes, yes. We've seen only a handful of drivers be able to pull that off. And right now, Randy Briggs is on his way to joining an elite group of drivers who have led every single lap in a feature main. But you know, it really wouldn't surprise me wouldn't surprise me at all if Randy Briggs did win this race because he's driving that number 16 truck, a truck that we have seen in victory lane numerous times. And right now, Randy Briggs is showing just what that number 16 truck is capable of.
Yeah, being out there on the front row actually helped him. Some of these other guys are trying to work their way up through the field to get up to challenge him. It was definitely an advantage being up there on that front row.
And Randy Briggs just passed the 46 of Brian Cash, and now he's coming up on Trevor Kruckeberg in the number 63.
18 laps completed, 12 to go.
Yes, 12 laps to go. Yeah. Now 19 laps have been completed, 11 laps to go. There's a look at the Godfather getting around the 46 of Brian Cash. And looks like Randy Briggs is having a little trouble getting around Trevor Kruckeberg right there in the 63. That might have held him up just a little bit right now. And that's definitely going to work to John Lisenby's advantage. But now Randy Briggs, yes, he will now clear Trevor Kruckenberg in the number 63. Now we have 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go for Randy Briggs.
They've opened the pay window.
Yeah. And right now, the last thing Randy Briggs wants to see is a caution.
Yeah, he has a comfortable lead right now, and he's got a couple of lap down cars behind him. Randy wants everybody to stay straight. He doesn't need a caution to come out.
And you can also see in this picture right now, that is how far John Lisenby is behind Randy Briggs, as now 8 laps left. 8 laps to go for Randy Briggs, if he can just hold on and hope that there isn't another caution. There isn't a caution. Oh my goodness! Oh, we just had a huge crash between the 27 of Darren Profit and the 54 of Tyler Kruckenberg. Oh my goodness! Right into the wall goes Darren Profit. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I think Darren had lost his steering, it looked like, whenever he was going down into turn 1.
Oh man. Just as we said that Randy Briggs was hoping that there wouldn't be a caution comes out.
Now we had a camera on that front stretch. We can take a look at it from that angle. We had the stream was actually on the leader, but we'll see if we can back up and see if we've got a view of that on this front stretch camera.
Yeah, hopefully we can see what happened there, and let's see if we can take a look. We can see the 54 of Tyler Kruckenberg. His truck is stopped in between turns 1 and 2. So hopefully Tyler is okay. And hopefully Darren Profit is okay as well. And it looks like, yep, they're throwing out the red flag. Oh, and here's a good replay. Let's see what happens. Oh, the 27 of Darren Profit. Oh, man, look at that.
Kind of run out of room there whenever Tyler and Darren got together. It kind of...
Oh, watch this. Oh, man.
Both of those hits was hard.
And you know, I mentioned earlier, a year ago, Darren Profit...
See all that fluid coming out. I don't think he had any brakes or anything.
Yeah, there's a look at inside. Tyler seems to be okay there. You know, so right now we're just waiting. See, yep, there he goes. He's climbing out of the truck. He's okay. So that is definitely good news to hear. Oh man, look at that.
He's checking his truck out. He's gonna see how bad it's hurt.
And the fans come to their feet, glad that everybody's all right. But a tough break for Tyler Kruckenberg. And as I was mentioning earlier, Darren Profit, a year ago, he was involved in a big crash, and his truck was totally demolished. So he was looking for some retribution here tonight. But once again, for the second year in a row, Darren Profit is involved in a big crash in the Bandit main at Salem.
And you know what he's doing, down on the ground? What Tyler, he's trying to see how bad the truck's tore up. He wants to get back in this race. The water coming out might be coming out of the tank that keeps his brakes cool, but it looks like some motor oil up there toward the front coming out. So that looks pretty terminal right there. Truck don't look real bad, as far as the frame and everything, but he got hooked, and him and Darren got together. Darren got hooked. Just wasn't enough room for both of them.
Yeah, and there's and it looks like the day is done for Tyler Kruckenberg.
I'm sure Danielle will be down there and try to get some interviews with him. Don't think it'll reach that far on the back stretch, but we'll see if it will. Yeah. Maybe we can get another view of Darren's truck over here too.
Yeah, here's a look at the replay once again. It looks like Darren probably didn't know that Tyler was there.
Yeah, Tyler had a run on him.
Look at that. He came so close to I'm not sure. Look at that.
Man, that's right there.
That's right there by the entrance to the track right there. Look at all the sparks flying, the debris flying as well. Man, oh man.
The wall did its job. Now these guys, I think, are just along for the ride right here. They may have lost their brakes. Darren, they've certainly got their brakes on, but they don't seem to be slowing down.
Yeah, and watch this right here. Darren's going to have another impact right into the wall right here. Bam! What another hard hit for Darren Profit.
Then you see a lot of fluid coming out of Darren's truck right there.
All right,
Tyler's in good
and
shape.
Tyler Kruckenberg is riding the golf cart. He is A-okay. He's going to ride it out back to the pits, so that is good news to hear. And hopefully we'll get an update with Darren Profit in the 27. His truck, it looks like, is parked right now in between the back, right there on the back straightaway there.
Yeah, there's a lot of fluid on the track. It may be mostly water. They carry 20 to 40 gallons of water on these trucks to spray on their brakes as they go around. So sometimes you see a lot of fluid coming out of those trucks, and you think it's really bad, but it could be water. But I see some motor oil coming out right there by that left front tire of Tyler's truck, so that's not good at all.
Yep, there it is right there. And and as that was going on, I was taking a look at the golf cart that Tyler was riding, and it seemed like he was riding to where the 27 of Darren Profit is parked. Darren Profit's truck is parked right in the back straightaway, almost right underneath the scoreboard. So hopefully we can get a good shot of what is going on with the 27 of Darren Profit. We also have the tow truck that is by his truck. So hopefully Darren's okay as well. But man, once again, we saw another big wreck in the Bandit Big Rig Series. And this is, I guess this is the result of what happens when you have a 10-month layoff. This is what happens. You get all kinds of hardcore side-by-side racing action with everybody giving it all they have to win.
Yeah, they were, kind of running for the same real estate right there, and they kind of run out of room. And, they're pushing the trucks on the very edge. They bump, right there in a bad spot. And then, they both end up in the wall. So they was doing their best to put a show on for this crowd. And the crowd, that's what they came for, is to watch these guys push it to the very limit.
Yeah, but so right now as they run, taking a look at the scoreboard, we have Randy Briggs, John Lisenby, Craig Kruckenberg, Luke Whitmire, and Darren Profit. Those are your top 5 when we restart. And you see another shot of the 54 of Tyler Kruckenberg. So right now, the crews are making sure that the track will be A-okay. They'll get this cleaned up, and then we'll go back green flag racing, and it will be a 9-lap shootout right here. And here we go. Here's a look at the 27 of Darren Profit. You can also see in the shots some track crew. There's Darren on the left of your screen there. Big Phil there in the shot. That is what's left of the 27 of Darren Profit.
Yeah, that's actually Darren you see right there on the left shaking hands. See that Darren's in the dark colored shirt. He's already taken his fire suit off that he had on earlier, but he's in good shape. He actually hit the wall twice, pretty hard. So it's good to see him just walking around. The truck's a little bit worse for the wear, but Darren's okay, and that's what we wanted.
Yes, indeed. So once this gets all cleaned up and ready to go, we will restart with 9 laps to go. So who would you give the advantage to on this restart? Do you think Randy Briggs?
Yeah, Randy Briggs has got the advantage. He's dominated the whole race, but it's not going to be easy. John Lisenby, we've seen John Lisenby win the race at Bristol, and John Lisenby, did a great job. So he won our last feature race. It took him 3 years to get that first win, but here he is knocking on the door, second place. It would have been tough for him to pass Randy
Briggs
catching him and passing him, but if they're starting out side by side, that definitely gives them an advantage trying to dive off into turn one. So I'm going to say, it's all about the start, whoever can dive off in turn one. And so whenever they're trying to, we actually have our crews moving into place to get an interview with Darren. So whenever they get in place, we're going to go down and let you hear from Darren. I'm glad to see that he's okay and walking around. It's going to be even better to hear from him. So whenever they get ready, we're going to do that.
Yes, it is, and I am definitely interested in hearing both sides of this story. And I'm really interested in what Darren has to say and what Tyler will have to say. And let's take a look at the shots we have right here. You see Randy Briggs right there leading with John Lisenby behind him.
And we're going to have a great camera angle.
Yeah.
Craig is giving us some great shots with that view tonight.
Yeah. There's on the right side we have our Air Dog cam that the Godfather is carrying. So Craig Kruckenberg, he's in a good position.
But look who's in fourth. So that means Luke is going to be on the outside.
Yes,
of
Luke
the second
Whitmire.
row.
Yeah, and Darren Prophet was running in fifth, and Tyler Kruckenberg was running in sixth at the time. So it looks like Mike Morgan might be restarting in fifth as well.
Right. Luke Whitmire can drive around this track with the steering wheel flopping around. Now that he's got it welded down in one place, he could be a threat.
Yeah. With 9 laps to go, one thing is for certain, it's definitely going to be wild. Yeah.
It isn't as easy, to run out there and pick a 1,500-pound race car up and get it off the track. There's a little bit more to it. We've got some big tow vehicles here, and they're doing what they can to get these trucks cleared out so that we can go back racing. But it takes just a little bit longer whenever you're dealing with 12 to 13,000 pounds.
Yeah, and also while we're waiting, I would like to take this time to thank all the crew members, the camera crew, for getting all these great shots. All the people at StreamBite doing a great job here at Salem Speedway. And it is my understanding that Danielle is down there in the pits, so we'll send it on down to Danielle right now.
You guys, I have both our drivers, Tyler and Darren, here. Thank goodness you guys are okay. How do you feel?
Pretty good. I guarantee I'm going to be sore tomorrow, but we're pretty safe in those things.
I mean, it looked really bad. I heard you might have been a little bit knocked out at the beginning. Were you okay?
It knocked the breath out of me. I thought I was going through that wall, and then the steering wheel wasn't hooked to anything, so I'm just sitting here, hitting walls.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, when something when something like that happens, what is your instinct? Like, what do you do normally when something like that happens?
Hold on. Well, you don't have a choice because the safety equipment works. You're strapped in, and I've wrecked enough to know to be tied. Don't go out there with loose spells.
I mean, we thought you might have
could have killed you.
I mean, we thought you were going.
Chest open and kill me. Yeah. Oh my God. It would have. That's a hard hit. Yeah. Well, that's the fastest we get. Over 100 mile an hour. That's why it slid for a quarter mile. I mean,
you did half the track. I mean, coming out of that, does that shake your confidence? I mean, do you get worried, or are you just happy to be okay? And
it's each other.
Yeah. Exactly. No, just a little ticked. I was gaining on Darren there at the end, and I seen him slid up, and I knew what was going to happen. I'm like, just hold on and just take it. And I was hoping he was firing out the head, but it's racing. Stuff happens. So just put it back together and come back next time.
And EMS has looked at both you guys, and you're okay? Thank the Lord, these trucks are safe. Your dad probably would have been running across the track to check on you if it was more serious.
Yeah, I was telling the pit crews, I'm like, where's the Coors Light now? Let's start drinking.
I think you earned a few drinks after that at least,
yeah,
right?
And we've got a few laps to watch. We can watch the rest of the race.
All right, guys. Well, thank goodness they're both okay. That's obviously what's most important. It just reminds us, racing is racing. It's a scary sport, and we are lucky that it ended up this way. So thank goodness. A couple bad-shaped trucks. Safe drivers, that's what we're all about. Sending it back to you guys, Jeff and Adam. We're going to let these guys take a break and get a drink.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Danielle. Glad that both drivers have a smile on their faces. Here's a look at the replay once again.
And Tyler said, I saw him sliding up. Darren was running so hard, he couldn't keep it down. He said, I saw him sliding up. There wasn't nothing to do but just hang on. But, they're doing everything they can to get the truck straight. The wall actually straightened them up. But this was what was making me nervous. See, Tyler is hard on his brakes, trying to stop. But all of his brakes ain't working like they're supposed to. Big hit right there. Oh, man, watch that truck. That was after scraping all the speed off you could. Still, the angle that he hit that wall was pretty severe. But it was good to see them joking about it. They weren't upset with each other. They were both doing everything they could to run as hard as they could. But they ended up getting tangled up a little bit. And whenever you get tangled up, you're kind of just going to let physics take its course.
Yeah, there's a look at one of the crew members that is sweeping to make sure that the track is clean and good to go. Hold on a second here. We are getting word that Danielle is going to try to get a word with one of the drivers. Yes, and we understand that Danielle is ready now, so let's take it away. Danielle, go ahead.
Thank you, guys. I am here with John Lisenby, who is in second place currently with only a few laps left. This is really unconventional. When you stop like this, how does that affect your momentum?
Well, it changes everything. The track's going to be extremely dangerous. I think it's going to be a bad call if it goes back to green. It was so slick over there from the oil and the water lost out of those trucks that we just spun out trying to just come to an idle. And it throws everything off. You're looking at some more trucks to get tore up if we go green.
Really? So are you thinking at this point it would be like you think it would be better to call it?
Of course it would. You can look around the track. You've knocked the motor out of one truck. You've knocked the oil pan off another truck. You've got 20-gallon oil on the track here. It's just I don't know. The tires are hot, and it's like hitting a patch of ice. And I just don't think it'll be a very good call. I think you'll see probably 2 or 3 more trucks totaled and hauled out on the record have we go green here in a minute.
And that's saying a lot because sometimes when you're in second, where Randy really has had a pretty decent lead, this cautions usually are the best friends for people in second and third because you reline up so you have the best chance. So for someone who's in second, you're right there to say that. that really just shows the severity of how slick these tracks can get, doesn't it?
Yeah, because we're what, about 22 laps, 23 in. The trucks are pushed to their limits, and then you dump a bunch of oil and you dump water out on the track. Even though the crews are good, very good about putting oil drying stuff down, but these trucks just change so much. It'll be like hitting a patch of ice when we go into turn 1 over there.
Because what do they put on it? Is it just stuff that helps take that away to make it not sticky?
It should, yeah.
When you drive over
it? It will, dry it up, but it just takes a lot of time and a whole lot of it, so. If they take the time, they'll probably get it dried up pretty good. But I know when I went in over there a minute ago and they said to stop, I was running 5 miles an hour and my truck spun out. So.
Oh wow! Even at just 5 miles an hour. These trucks are so heavy duty too. So even though they're used to nice light little stock cars and things, it's a different game when you got these things on there.
That's true, yeah. And just the velocity of the oil. You can see it hit right here before the flag stand, and it goes all the way through 1, through 2, and almost halfway down the backstretch where Darren's motor was laying.
Yeah, when you were out there, could you even see it? Because I know you're kind of pretty far from them, or do you hear it, or do you even know it, or just your spotter?
It's my spotter.
That's how you know.
And of course, when you come back around, you see it.
Yeah.
But, this is a very fast and high bank track, and, if they work on it, for a while, I'm just afraid, the longer we sit here and the trucks cool down, everything changes again, and when they get tipped back off, it's going to be slick.
And it has to kind of mess with your, your psyche. You're kind of in the zone, and this is I haven't been here when we've had this long of a caution before ever. Have you? This is the longest.
No, the last
sitting here for 45 minutes.
The last race that we called was out in Highland Rims, and it was kind of the same situation. It left no amount of oil on the track like this has.
Have we ever had a race that you've been in where we haven't finished the whole 30 feature?
But we had to call it for the same reason. Just two trucks got together and went through the fence over here. So of course that was one reason they had to call it. Tore down the catch fence and put a little oil down through the straight. But this right here is just a fast, high bank track, and it just an awful lot of oil and water on the track over there. I mean, it was just like being on ice.
So if we go back to racing, how do you approach that?
Dry it up enough and let us run enough laps on it to make sure it's going to dry, So,
and then you just get back in the mindset and go full bore, huh?
Hope for the best.
I mean, that's the mindset of a driver. I mean, it's a special mindset, I got to tell you. All right, well, thank you so much for letting me interrupt you in the middle of all this. I guess to be continued if we're racing or we're not racing, but I do know my man John Lisenby, nice sitting second place right here, so good luck to you if you do continue. You're sitting pretty, and I think that, if you do reset, you're in a good position, my guy, and I'd love to see it for you. So good luck tonight. Thank you. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thank you very much, Danielle, and you've been doing a tremendous job as well, as has PT. As we get a look, you can probably see at the bottom of your screen there, Austin Hoppy. Austin Hoppy is interacting with some of the fans right down there, and Mike Morgan was trying to get the fans on their feet. So another good thing that this red flag is allowing them to do is allow the drivers to interact with all the great fans here, and that's something that the drivers definitely love to do. They love interacting with all the fans who support the Bandit Big Rig Series. Yeah, and we saw a shot briefly of the Godfather Craig Kruckenberg talking with a few more of the drivers and a few of the crew members as well. And it is my understanding that Danielle is down there with Craig now, so let's send it on down to her. Take it away, Danielle.
Hi, guys. I'm here with the Godfather. He's just checking with the guys. You can check. I know everyone's kind of up in the air here. How are you feeling about resuming racing?
Well, I want to race, right? We definitely want to race. Yeah, I mean, there's, I don't know, let's see, truck holds 9.5 gallons. There's 20 gallons of oil all over the track.
Right.
And Jonathan, he was in second place, and then when we went under yellow, he got into it, and he slid right down the track.
Yeah, that's what we just interviewed him, and he said he was going 5 miles an hour, and it was like ice, pure ice.
Yeah, and they didn't get enough floor dry.
Oh, they don't?
Mm-mm.
So then what options do you have at this point?
Call it. And that's not my, he who wears the crown carries the weight.
Right. I mean,
we don't want to
but this is what I said to Jonathan. I was like, as we know from racing fans, caution is your best friend when you're in third and he's in second. I mean, that's your best friend, and both of you kind of feel like it's unsafe, and that's why it's really unsafe, because honestly, the people that benefit most from the caution are you and John.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. We'd blow by 17 because he's on cords. He doesn't have a front right tire.
Randy doesn't. He's been driving really bold today.
Oh yeah, and he's on cords, and so I'm on. Jonathan and I could take him because another 5 or 6 laps, he's done.
Yeah.
If he blows a tire, then we're doing this all over again.
Well, Jonathan said, John said, hey, if we resume, I feel like we're gonna have more accidents because there's just no possible way to dry that in time.
They're not gonna get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for the fans. I really do. Disappoints the hell out of me, but.
But that's what it's sounding like we're gonna be doing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm waiting for the track owner to. He's got to give me a.
Final call.
Yeah.
But that's what it's sounding like. Well, I have you. Do you want to say hi to your favorite fan that's not here?
Hey,
Your good
Robin,
luck,
baby. Hey, Robin, baby. Hey, miss ya. Save the truck.
And your son. Holy moly. What is it like when you're a dad and you see your son in a mix-up like that crash with him and Darren?
Well, yeah, and then I had 3 people on the radio, right? And I'm going, shut up, come on. I don't want, they're talking over each other, and I couldn't hear what they're saying. And Tyler didn't have his window net down when I went by. And so I roll by him, and then I see Darren's truck, and it's like the front axle's underneath his seat.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and there's going to be a talk about radio protocol when I get home Monday morning.
You heard it here first, guys. I hope you're watching this stream. You're warned. You were warned.
Yeah, they're horned. But anyway, we.
But
yeah.
is it scary when you see that happen? I mean,
Yeah,
what's
I
your
mean,
first
yeah.
instinct? Because you're a racer, a competitor, you run the thing, but it's also your son. I mean, at the end of the day,
Right,
it's
yeah,
your boy.
I mean, yeah. You should get off the damn radio so I can talk to one person, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then, yeah, when that window net wasn't down, that's, you know.
Yeah.
And then I seen Darren's truck, and I thought, Jesus. So,
Well, and the race officials told me when they got to Darren that he was kind of like knocked out and had the wind completely knocked out of him. So he was
yeah.
in a little rough shape too. I mean,
Yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
no little light crash.
yeah, they
you
put him
know?
in the ambulance.
Right, right.
You know, and so.
Then he came out shirtless. I'm not sure, but thank you. Got to keep it interesting for the fans, like.
You know.
But yeah, so I mean, at least he's okay. But that is scary. You got some work to do on that truck too.
Yeah,
he
the
made
thing
sure.
of it is the gate. We opened the gate. We're done. The gate's
Yeah.
off. The gate. They sheared the gate off, and so the gate's held in by its pins.
Mhm.
But the hinge is gone. So as soon as they're gonna have to cut the gate to let us out.
Oh,
Well-
someone bumped it?
Yeah, that's where they started the hit right here.
Oh my gosh.
And so yeah, we're all kind of in infield track prison right now until they get that gate cut open. But as soon as they cut the gate open, we're done.
I called dibs on the RV spot if we're stuck here for tonight.
And so yeah, I mean it's just gonna I feel bad for the fans, and so I'm talking to Jason about how can we make this for the fans, right? What can we do for the fans? And so I got to talk to these guys and see.
Well, and at the end of the day, I mean, that's what I love about you. You always put the fans first, but, you know, at the end of the day, everyone's worried about your guys' safety first and foremost. I know I'm going to lose you, so I'll let you go over because I'm sure you're going to have a conversation. You go ahead, boss man. You know, he's running this whole thing while he's racing and being a dad. I mean, the guy's wearing 20 hats. You guys, I guess, you know, it sounds like from The Godfather that's the way it's going to go, but we don't have an official call there yet, so please do stay tuned because there is a chance it might resume, but we'll let you know as soon as we know. But you heard it from him. I mean, these guys are worried about safety, and you can never blame these drivers for worrying about their safety. I mean, that crash was like child's play compared to what could have happened. We got lucky, and that's what I respect about this Bandit series so much. They take this serious, and they put these drivers first. This is a real family place, and we prioritize our drivers' safety always. So we'll let you know as soon as we know more. But in the meantime, I'll send it back to Jeff and Adam, and I'll see if I can get some more info down here, okay?
It has definitely been a long night here at the Bandit Big Rig Series, but the fans have been sticking through it, and yeah. And you see right there, you saw right there Austin Hoppy interacting with some of the fans there. So that's one thing fans are definitely taking advantage of during this red flag, is being able to interact with the drivers. There's Mike Morgan in the 88 talking with Craig Kruckenberg, and it looks like that may be the three of Alan Bowles.
Yeah.
Yes? Yep.
Alan Bowles has got the bandana on.
From what I understand, Danielle is down there, and we'll see if we can try to get a word here.
Right here, and he's starting to shake. Hang on to those wristbands, and we'll let you in for half price the next race. And I sincerely apologize for this, ladies and gentlemen. Things do happen. We're kind of locked in here right now because thanks to 54 and oh, come on now, don't give me that. I don't want to kill the track owner. We love Bill. And so we're coming back because I'm in third place. You guys got to remember, right? I'm in third place on a restart.
Hey, I'm on fifth.
I had a win.
No.
So give us a couple weeks and save that wristband. We'll get you guys in for half price. We'll come back. And just understand that you guys is the only track we're going to race at this year. So when I come back, it'll be my second race of the year, and you're the only track I'm racing at this year. Okay? So thank God you live in Salem, Indiana, or where else? Okay? So I sincerely apologize. I had a win in my back pocket. And save those wristbands, and we'll see you guys in 3-4 weeks whenever they can get us a date. I love all you fans, and I'm so sorry for this. You guys all have a great night, and Jason, launch the fireworks, man. Make sure you stay for the fireworks.
The Godfather just announced, if you guys didn't catch all of that unfortunately, because of the track, they don't have a way to clean up this oil, the drying stuff that they can use. They don't have that here. There's oil on this whole track, literally from here all the way halfway across. Our drivers have expressed specifically, all of them in unison, honestly, that they feel unsafe. As you guys saw in my live interviews over and over, you know, the people that benefit the most from a caution are people in like second, third, and fourth place. None of them feel safe racing, and that's that's what I love about Bandit, and that's what we love about this, is that this is a real family, and we put our drivers first. So even if that means like having to end early, we're gonna end early because safety is number one. And you know, it's never ideal, it's never what we want, but it's what's necessary. And so it looks like we're gonna have to do a redo. Craig has said that he's going to come back here in the next few weeks when we can get a date. So it looks like this race will get finished out then, but for tonight, this is it. I'm gonna go try to grab Randy Briggs because right now he is in the leaderboard. So we'll see if we can get him on camera to talk really quick just about how he feels about his race tonight. But yeah, as you can see, I've never had this happen. We've never had to really ever do this except one other time ever in all the years of Bandit. So unexpected ending to the night. But again, you know, we got lucky with that incident, and you know, no one wants to roll the dice again. That was a pretty scary thing, and we got really lucky. Those trucks are in pieces. As you saw Darren Proffitt's truck come in, it's literally in pieces. So, you know, safety is number one here, and if we can't dry the oil, we can't race. So I'm going to send it back to you, Jeff and Adam, and then I'm going to try to grab Randy Briggs here so we can at least talk to him, because I got our second and third guys for now, and we'll get him over here to talk. And yeah, back to you guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Danielle. Man, that is not the type of news that we wanted to hear, but as Danielle mentioned, safety is number one. So I guess that means your race winner is going to be the 16 of Randy Briggs, so he will be victorious. Second place will be John Lisenby, and third place will be Craig Kruckeberg, and we just heard from him. And we're going to send it on down to Danielle, who is with our race winner, number 16, Randy Briggs.
This is crazy. Have you ever experienced something like this?
No, Dee, we haven't, but I think everybody knows, all these great fans and everybody knows 2020's just been this weird, and we just kept carrying it on. It's just another weird night.
Right? I mean, can you believe it? But I mean, to not take away from what an amazing race you've had. I mean, you were in front the entire time. How are you feeling? Like, how are you feeling about everything?
We were working actually pretty hard. It probably looks to a lot of people that we were just coasting. We weren't. It's a lot of work here on the high banks at Salem, and I think they made the right call. There's so much oil up there, and the fans have been here all day, and they did so good. I think that, you know, and the people watching on TV, I think it was a smart call.
Yeah, but when you start lapping people, does that add another level of complication? Because now you got drivers that are from like at the end that you're passing, but you got guys coming up on the back of the end of you. What is that like?
Well, that's exactly right. Some of the trucks that we were lapping, I hadn't raced with. This is only my sixth race with the Bandit, so I really didn't know what they were going to go high or low, and that's when the second place truck was catching us and third place trucks were catching. So it might have been interesting when but we wouldn't have probably got in lap traffic, you know, with 9 to go. So it had just been another straight out race.
Yeah, well, you know, you kind of, you know, sometimes it's like a blessing because the restart, that's what I was saying. I interviewed, you know, John and Craig, who was second and third, and they were both like, I don't think we should race. And they're the ones that benefit the most, you know, from a restart. A caution is their best friend. So the fact that everyone kind of feels that way, I think that just really tells you the severity of it, because people don't always understand how severe these tracks can get and how dangerous they can get so fast with just a drop of oil, let alone how much is on the track, right?
Yes, that's exactly right. You know, as soon as it happened, when I drove through it, I told my crew there was actually debris coming up and hitting the truck too. Oh, wow. So we don't even know, you know, if there's damage there yet.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was a pretty bad deal. I mean, we are going high speeds here. Yeah. I love Salem. I love the fans. Love the people watching at home. Thank you so much. All of us with the Bandit Series love you fans. Thank you. 2020's been weird. Just let's stick it out together.
Hey, you know what? But one thing that's not been weird about 2020 is your driving. You've been killing it today. You had a great day, and that's, you know, this doesn't take away from the amazing racing you did. So congratulations to you. You know, wonderful job, and enjoy it. I think you did earn some drinks tonight.
Thank you, Dee. I think we're going to celebrate before we head back to Kansas City. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. We're with Randy Briggs. Congratulations again. Back to Jeff and Adam in the booth.
All right, thank you very much, Danielle. There you have it from Randy Briggs, your official race winner here tonight. And you know, that's not the way we thought we were going to end the first race of 2020 in the Bandit Big Rig Series, but you know, but sometimes things happen, and you know, and that's our last from Danielle, and we thank you, the fans, for tuning in, and we hope that you've enjoyed the racing action all night long. It was definitely wild, to say the least.
Yes, it was. A little bit different, but everything has been for the last 3 or 4 months. Sign us off, Adam.
Yes, it is. So, so for Jeff, for Danielle and PT, for StreamBite, and for all the crews, I'm Adam Otwell. We thank you for joining us here, the first race of 2020 for the Bandit Big Rig Series. We hope to see you all next time we go racing. Be sure to follow the Bandits on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube. We thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you all next time we go racing with the Bandits. So to everyone out there, happy trails till we meet again. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.